How do you spell this word? I think that's right. That's good enough. Do 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 Okay, that is working. Okay, so that must be what the issue was. I cast brick to the side of the head. Thank you. I needed that. It was all on. Interesting. Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Do 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 do. Yay, 155. What are you doing, Mikey? I was thinking. How does pure imagination go? Pure imagination lyrics. Because I'm in the mood. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, she's booking it. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. How do you like my singing? Drinking one of the dudes. Just a regular dude today. Let's get her situated a bit. We'll see if she decides to show up. So it does change what I do next, if she does or does not. What tools do I have? That's armor. Your tools? Diamond axe and pickaxe. We're gonna do some more trading, and then once we're done doing like some trading cycles, then we'll do the daily Bible reading stuff. You didn't refresh properly because I goofed it, I guess. This is a slow start to the stream. But that's because I'm having to get all my bricks. Okay, now I can grab the quartz. Although I don't think I need quartz pillars anymore. So I think after this run through, I'm gonna try and cut back on the quartz pillars. Makes sense because the melon trait got goofed, right? Oh, he refreshed again. Odd. Did they all refresh again? No, just him. Weird. I'm taking it. I think I have those in the shop. I should have those in the shop. I don't know why I wouldn't have those in the shop. Okay. Alright, quartz goes over here. And you? No, you. Yeah, I got a lot of quartz that I'm stockpiling up. Okay, I got bricks. Let's grab... Do I need a shulker? Let's grab a shulker to grab some bricks and stuff. Because I might need some things. And I don't want to have to head back here for a whole bunch of stuff. Even though I think I have everything. Bricks, and then I think I need the dry mud, this stuff. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, it's pickaxe, okay. Odd. Packed mud, and then... Do I have a lot of jungle wood over here? Take that jungle wood, and then we'll take that. So I think I need some, like, some of these. Hell, that's everything? Is that why the shopping district? That would make sense. Yep. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, it was that I was forgetting. Oh, there she is. I thought I had unbreaking. Yeah, unbreaking, efficiency, mending, silk, fortune. This is looting. This is power. Yeah. I thought I had those. Okay. Well, I did have a lot more of this stuff in here. So what I ran out of last time was the jungle stuff. Okay. Well, we're going to need this down this way. Someone set up a shop. $3 diamonds per totem or 23 emeralds. Interesting. I will make note to use that. That's actually a pretty, that's not a bad deal. Oh, andesite. Do I have an andesite in here? And then is this oak? I think this is oak. Yeah, that's oak. Do I have andesite in here? There's a whole bunch of oak fence, and there's a whole bunch of andesite walls. Okay. Yeah, I got plenty then. Oh, do I have normal stone brick stairs? I have some. And also, if I'm going to be going out this way, I'll probably be tearing this down. Is it this way that I want to build out? No, it's that way that I want to build out. Okay. All of these chests are mine, including everything in them, so I don't really feel bad looking through them to see there's stuff in there that I left. Yippee. Hi, Kaida. We were doing some prep work just now. Now we're gonna get into some other prep work. What is she doing? I don't have Optifine yet. What is she doing? Is she like... Oh, she's... Okay, there she goes. Off you go, I guess. The church looks nice. Thank you. I built it myself. I built the tree. I built this road. I built these shops. Crimson built that little shop. I built the church. I did have some input for the flooring. With the floors over here. And some of this stuff over here. But, yeah. And then Elsbeth built the garden. She built this garden. I cannot claim any of this garden. But everything else I basically built myself. And then at some point, I'm going to put my own little testimony in here. I'm thinking down on this end. Because I'm the organizer. And then also because I did these panes. So I'll put mine somewhere in here. And everybody will put their own testimonies in here at some point, hopefully, before the world downloads so everyone can read it. Thunder, he's taking like a break from gaming. She did a good job too. Yeah, she's really good at decorating that. we are going to be doing some Bible study stuff because at the start of all of my streams, and even though we're like 15 minutes in now, I read through the Old Testament on my daily devotional. So we get through the daily devotional, and ideally, however often I stream, that many times, like 360 something. Genesis, why are you so big? It's two. Okay, well, it's 2 pages this time. That's not so bad. But the Old Testament always takes so long. Genesis 31 through 31:16. 30:1, not 31 1 through 16. It's 30 at the very start through 31 verse 16. We gotta make this clear. Oonga boonga. Now when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said to Jacob, "Give me children or else I die." Dramatic much. And Jacob's anger was aroused against Rachel, and he said, "Am I in the place of God, who has withheld from you the fruit of the womb?" So she said, "Here is my maid Bilhah. Go into her, and she will bear a child on my knees, so that I may also have children by her." Then she gave him Bilhah, her maid, as a wife, and Jacob went into her. And Bilhah received and bore Jacob a son. And Rachel said, "God has judged my case, and he has also heard my voice, and has given me a son." Therefore he called his name Dan. Is that it? Just Dan? Is there any footnotes on this page, or is it just straight up Dan? It says literally judge, but the word says Dan. That is the easiest name in the Bible so far to pronounce, besides, Jesus and Matthew. But of the Old Testament, that's the easiest Old Testament name I've had to pronounce. It's literally just Dan. Genesis 30, verse 6. Dan. I don't know, I'm just so perplexed. And Rachel's maid Bilhah conceived a son again and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rachel said, "With great wrestling I have wrestled with my sister, and indeed I have prevailed." So she called his name Naphtali. When Leah saw that she had stopped bearing, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her to Jacob as wife. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a son. And Leah said, "A troop comes." So she called his name Gad. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. And Leah said, "I am happy for the daughter which call me blessed, so she shall be called Asher." Now Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them to his mother Leah. When Rachel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's drakes," but she said to her, "Is it a small matter that you have taken away my husband? Would you also take away my son's mandrakes too?" And Rachel said, "Therefore I will lie with you tonight for your son's mandrakes." Wait, what? Reuben was taking the mandrakes to Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrakes." She said, "Is it a small matter that I have taken away your husband? Would you also take away my son's mandrakes too?" Then she said to her sister, "Therefore he will lie with you tonight and your son's mandrakes." Huh? Am I the only... Is it aphrodisiac? For real? Let me Google this. Because that would make so much more sense. Oh. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense That makes a little bit more sense. When Jacob came out of the field in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, "You must come in to me, for I am surely hired you with my son's mandrakes." And he lay with her that night. And God listened to Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a fifth son. Leah said, "God has given me my wages, because I have given my maid to my husband." So she called his name Issachar. Then Leah conceived again and bore Jacob a sixth son. And Leah said, "God has endowed me with good endowment. Now my husband will dwell with me, because I have borne him six sons." So he will call his name Zebulun. After she bore a daughter and named her Dinah. It's probably Dinah, considering it's Dinah, but I like Dinah more because I think it's funnier. And also, these people are long gone. I don't think they'll get upset. Then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bore a son, and said, "God has taken away my reproach." So she called his name Joseph, and said, "The Lord shall add to me another son." And it came to pass that when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away, that I may go to my own place, to my own country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go, for I will know my service which I have done for you." One note I want to make is a lot of women that can't conceive after they have their first child, it makes it a lot easier for them to conceive. I don't know why, but apparently the first time is the hardest time to get pregnant. So just know that if you're having struggles and then you take those weird drugs that help you get purgers, you only have to do it once. And this is something I've been noticing a lot, is like, especially in like the Bible and in modern times, is like a lot of women have a hard time getting pregnant, and then once they get pregnant, they have like a couple of kids. It's just that first time is really hard. And Laban said to him, "Please stay, if you have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake." And then he said, "Name me your wages, and I will give it to you." So Jacob said to him, "You know how I have served you, and how your livestock have been with me. For what you have had before I came was little, and it has increased to a great amount. The Lord has blessed you since my coming, and now when shall I provide for you my own house?" So he said, "What shall I give you?" And Jacob said, You shall not give me anything, for if you will do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep your flock. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted sheep, and all the brown ones among the lamb, and the spotted and the specks among the goats, and these shall be my wages. So my righteousness will answer for me in time to come, when the subject of my wage comes before you. Everyone that is not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown among the lambs will be considered stolen if it is with me." And Laban said, "Oh, that it were according to your word." So he removed that day the male goats that were speckled and spotted, and all the female goats, and all the speckles and spots, and every one of them that had some white in it, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and gave them into his hands of his sons. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob fed and rested in Laban's flocks. Now Jacob took for himself rods of green poplar, and the almonds and the chestnuts trees, peeled white stripes in them, and exposed the white in which was the rods. And the rods which he had peeled he had set before the flock in the gutter, and in the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. So Jacob took rods of green poplar and the almonds and chestnut trees, peeled them, exposing the white which was in the rod. So we're going to say he took the branches, peeled off the bark, showed the white inside of the wood, put it in the watering troughs so that when the animals drink of it, they would become pregnant? Is this some sort of old school remedy for animal infidelity, or not infidelity, but unable to get pregnant thing that I don't know about? Infidelity is not the right word. So the flocks conceived before the rod, and the flocks brought forth streaked, speckled, and spotted. Then Jacob separated the lambs and made the flocks face towards the streaken and all the brown in the flocks of Laban. But he put his own flocks by them, and he did not put them with Laban's flock. Thank you, Orion the Star Hedgehog. I think he put it upright in the ground. I don't know. I don't know either. Because it says, he set it before the flocks in the gutters and the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink. It makes me think that either he talked to God and God told him to do it, kind of like with like the staff and a lot of the other things that God tells people to do, but we're not explicitly told that God told him to do this, which makes me think that it's like some sort of old school remedy, like there's some sort of enzyme in the wood that God told them a long time ago, like, hey, if you put this wood in there and do it this way, it lets, you know, whatever chemicals in the wood naturally that helps pregnancy happen. So I'd have to do some research on that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because it would make sense that the water would flush out the chemicals in the wood if they helped make animals pregnant. But thank you, Orion the Star Hedgehog, for the follow. Much love, greatly appreciate. I stream Monday through Friday in the PMs of the PST. Exclamation mark Discord, socials down in the description below. We also have a community server for the Christ SMP, exclamation mark Christ SMP socials. Where was I? And it came to pass that whenever the livestock could see Jacob placed the rods before their eyes and the livestock in the gutters so that they might conceive in the rods. But when the flocks were feeble, he did not put them in. So the feebler the Laban and the stronger Jacob's. Thus the man became exceedingly prosperous and had large flocks, female and male servants, and camels and donkeys. Now Jacob heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob has taken away all that was our father's, and from what was our father's, and he has acquired all this wealth. And Jacob saw the countenance of Laban, and indeed it was not favorable towards him as before. Then the Lord said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and to your family, and I will be with you. So Jacob set and called Rachel and Leah to the fields of his flock, and said to them, I see your father's countenance, it is not favorable towards me, as before, but the God of my father has been with me, and you know that with all my might I have served your father. Yet your father has deceived me and changed my wages 10 times, but God did not allow him to hurt me. If he said thus, the speckled shall be your wages, then the flocks bore speckled, and if you said thus, the streaks shall be your wages, and then the flocks bore streaks. So God has taken away the livestock of your father and given them to me. And it happened at that time when the flocks conceived that I lifted my eyes and saw in a dream, and behold, the rams which leaped upon the flocks were streaked, speckled, and gray spotted. Then the angel, wait, when it says leap, does it mean like the piggyback ride kind of leaped? Like if you lived on like a farm and you saw, you know, cows giving each other piggyback rides? Is that what it means? I'm going to assume that's what it means. And he said, lift up your eyes and see. Lift up your eyes now and see. All the rams which leap on the flocks were streaked, speckled, and gray spotted. For I have seen all that Laban is doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, and you were anointed the pillar, and where you made the vow to me. Now arise and get out of this land, and return to the land of your family. Then Rachel and Leah answered to him, is there still any portions or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not considered strangers by him? For he has sold us and also completely consumed our money. For all these riches which God has taken from our father are really ours, our children now, and now then whatever God has said to you. That's the Old Testament reading for today. Yay! We're done with the Old Testament. Did she say something, or did she just... No, she just disconnected. Okay. Yay! We're done with that portion. Bed. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to work this way. is I need to make a game district. So what I'm going to do is I doth believeth that I want the gaming district to be on that far side of the shopping district, because this whole island is supposed to be the shopping district. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically terraform. All this is going to go bye-bye. Some point, this whole area will probably be leveled. Now, I don't care to make it perfectly level, but I do know that there's going to be a good chunk over here that as it goes up, I want it to stay somewhat flat, because I don't feel like making the ground go up and down a whole bunch, so I'd rather just level it all at some point to make this a whole lot easier on myself. Having said that, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this. Oh, hi, Egg Geese. How have you been? Not great. Rough start of the week. But things will get better as time goes on. It always does. I always pull through somehow, or whatever the phrase is. I always bounce back, always. So, I'll be fine. Just a little bit of the good old depression. I need to be using my silk touch pick so I can get stone. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So how often do I have these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I thought. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this would be the start of like the curved part. So I need to push this back a couple of blocks, because I don't want this part to be here. So we're gonna go, we'll go 3 blocks. I think 3 is good enough, and then we'll start the climb like that. And so all of this needs to go bye-bye. Well, not all of it, but a good chunk of it. So we will go like that. Like that. But yeah. I've been doing alright, I guess. I was supposed to have an interview on Monday. So on Sunday, I received a phone call for an interview. And they're like, oh, how soon can you do an interview? And I go, Monday. And they're like, okay. What time? I was like, what time works for you? And they're like, 12 o'clock. I was like, okay, noon. I can do that. And they're like, by noon, do you mean 12? And I'm like, yes. And then the lady canceled on me last minute, saying that she hired someone else as I was about to walk out my front door for the job interview. So that was rough. And then my 2 odd jobs also fell through for this week. So that was also kind of rough. So that's how I've been. And then I also stress threw up in front of my pastor. That was fun. That was wonderful. Wednesday, I was just not feeling good that morning. Super stressed out. And I was driving to the bank after Jesus Pizza to drop off some pizzas with some of the bank tellers, because I knew one of them from high school. And as I pulled over, or as I was driving there, I got super nauseous and started stress vomiting in my car, or drive heaving. So then I pulled over, and then my pastor drove past me, because between the church and my pastor's house is the bank. So my pastor just saw me like stress vomiting, sort of. It was more dry heaving because nothing came up besides like spit, but you know, that was fun. And then I tell people, yeah, it turns out like psychologically, I tie a lot of my self-value and worth to my job and like how financially independent I can be. And since I'm not very financially independent right now, it makes my self-worth go down. So that's lovely to find out about yourself. Woo! Yippee! And, you know, everyone goes, I'm praying for you. And it's like, everyone is. Everyone is. Boop. We're going to put that there and this here to get the grass to spread. So it's not all mycelium, because mycelium spreads a little bit faster than grass. And now, if I'm right, let's see. I got the shulkers for the road. Let's go with this. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Sorry. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then bam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then right here we go, bam, and then I believe it's like this, right? Boop boop. I know we skipped that one. Go boop, then boop boop, right? This is supposed to be like that, that, right? Do I need to push this back one more? I think I do. Let's push this all back one for each layer. That's really tough. Yeah, kind of is. And then I came home, hung out with my older brother, started to feel a little better, and then harassed Elsbeth on her stream. It was fun. And I also got to drop off pizzas with people I used to go to high school with. So, yeah. Got to see them. Well, I guess her. I say them as in there's multiple. It was just one lady. She's nice. I had a crush on her in high school. Did not work out. Did not work out in the slightest. Did not go anywhere either. But, you know, I'm still a nice guy. I don't want to, you know. She works at my bank. I thought it would be nice to drop off some pizzas, considering I'm allergic to pizza, and I think I got 6 or 7 this week. And I don't mean that in like the haha funny numbers. It was like 6 and then like 3 slices of a 7th, I think. So that's not even supposed to be like haha funny number kind of moment. That's just genuinely what it was. I think I want to go like this, and then we're going to go bam, bam. Right? And then maybe... Maybe one of these? I don't really know. Is she married? I'm being nosy. That lady? No. She's not married. But she also had like a lesbian stint, which is the reason why it didn't work out. Oh, hi, Jade Loves Books. Oh, thank you for the follow earlier. I'll thank you properly at the end of stream. No, I had a crush on her, and then she told me in high school that she was bi. And, yeah, I ain't gonna run the risk of fully making her gay. You know, I don't want to push her over the edge. I'm living on the edge. I already had enough women in high school say that they were bi or gay. I think she also dated, like, one other girl in high school for a little bit. So I don't think she was, like, lying, just, like, push me off. I think she was actually, like, gay. Yeah. Practically every guy I ever had a crush on ended up homosexual. It was uncanny. I had 2 or 3 girls in high school reject me because they claimed they were lesbian. One of them started dating another girl for a short stint. One girl that I was gonna ask out turned out to be my cousin in high school, but I didn't know it at the time. And then, what was the other one? Oh, and then one girl my freshman year asked me out, but then she said it was a dare from her friends to see what my answer was be. And then sophomore year of high school, a girl from my church who was graduating 8th grade, and I was like, we're only like 2.5 years apart, that's not too creepy, asked me out, but it turns out she just wanted sex. But she's nicer now. She also guilt-tripped me by saying she was going to kill herself if I ever stopped talking to her. But she's still alive. I helped her move back in from college. And people ask why I'm still single. I have really bad luck with women. Turns out, I like a certain type of woman. The type that's not interested in men.
It's time for tea, Simon.
It's tea time?
Yeah.
Isn't that like about getting stoned or something?
No, we're not getting stoned. We're having tea.
Okay. That's my brother's wife. She's yelling at me that it's tea time. I don't know. You married my brother, so I've questioned you ever since then. Typical brother slander.
Simon,
What?
so I'm pretty like sure what
One,
this is,
two,
but I'm going to ask
three,
you
four,
because my
five,
OCD
six,
will not let
seven.
me use this random bag of stuff unless I know what it is. Is this brown sugar?
Yeah, that's brown sugar.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you can also, you know, stick your finger in it and then lick your finger and then see if it tastes like brown sugar or something
well,
else.
That's the thing. My OCD is like.
You don't want to just taste test it? We literally used that the other day to make cookies.
That's why I wanted to double check because I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Are you using
purple? It's pretty.
It's mycelium. You are the fourth woman to say that the mycelium looks pretty. That looks like more gray than purple.
It's purple. It's like a lavender. It's like a lavender.
I read Bill and I was like, is that the name of your husband? Then I realized Bill is short for brother-in-law. Bill Cipher. Okay, so it's 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one will go like bam, bam, and then boop, boop, go there, and then yeah. So this whole little chunk is gonna get flattened. That's what's gonna happen next. We're gonna flatten this whole area. And then I've never been good with acronyms. That's the one thing that I really wish I was better at. Like acronyms, if I haven't heard them consistently, my brain is like, what is this ancient text you speak of? Do not recite the ancient words to me. I was there when they were written. Kind of mentality. I'm like, what is this? What are you saying? That's decent. Oh, that's how you feel about your brother. See, I was struggling with the brother-in-law so badly, I didn't even read what you put after it. You've been questioning your brother-in-law's decisions ever since he married your sister. That's valid. There we go. And then, honestly, I should probably grab this and go bam, bam. Okay. That's right. I was out. That's why I grabbed this. Let's go and put the other stuff away. I like my brother and sister-in-laws, my siblings, and in-laws done good. Nice. Yeah. It's good when your in-laws get along with each other. My family's wacky. I'm not really sure if any of them even tolerate each other that well. Where's the crafting table? It's in here, I think. Yep, that's where I left it. One person in school had a crush on me and I ruined it? Okay, how did you ruin this? I need to know. How did you specifically ruin it? See, all the guys that like me are creeps. I will say that when I was in, like, high school, I was a lot worse. Like, I definitely, like, looking back, I definitely see how in high school I could have come off as creepy. Like, I wasn't trying to be creepy, but, like, I just didn't have, like, good control of, like, my hormones and a good understanding of how it affected me. Especially with my sensory processing disorder, which, you know, turns out when you have a disorder that messes with your sensory things and then you hit puberty, it's not a good combo. So now I have a much better mental understanding about how that affects me. Having said that, I'm still trash at it, but, you know, I'm better. But how did you ruin it? Did you didn't hit him with like the comment like you're like a brother to me, because that will ruin it. That's a one-way street to no. Guys don't like to hear that. Most guys, some guys do, but we don't like those guys. We don't talk about those guys. Actually, I think I have somewhere else that I'm supposed to store that. I should really grab another chest temporarily. But please, how did you ruin it? I'm very curious on this story. Because there's one lady that was interested in me recently, but I hate to say it, but but apparently I'm a very shallow guy because I had zero physical attraction towards her, and I feel like you need at least some. So I straight up just told her, I was like, I'd like to, but I have zero physical attraction towards you, ma'am. And there needs to be at least some level of that, you know, at least a little bit. And there was like 0. Like, I wish I wasn't that shallow, but I am. Turns out. More importantly, she at least knew that, even if it's painful to say. What? Did I miss something? Did I misunderstand something with what I said? Because I was talking about something else. Or were you commenting on what I said? Wait, I have the stuff to put in that other lamppost. I should probably do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Because that lamppost is missing. Yeah, better to sting her along when... Or better than stringing her along when you're not interested. Well, I was a little bit interested for a little while because she said nice things to me. But then I realized, like... Yeah, I'm not in, like, a financial position to properly get in a relationship or a good mental headspace, probably. And also, like, long distance and zero physical attraction. I was like, I really wish I did. Like, her personality's great. There's just nothing there physically for my brain to work off of. Like, my grandpa always said... Okay, my grandpa always said a lot of things. But this is the one that I will say because this one's not... Okay. This one's not the worst thing he ever said, which is, he's like, little Cole. No, that's not even my real name. He goes, we'll say, son, let me tell you something. Marry a woman that has a good personality, because money can fix looks, money can't fix personality. He's also been married 3 times, so... Maybe he's got a point. I don't know. My husband was my only boyfriend, and there was a very few almost boyfriends and an obsessed person. Yeah, obsession is not good. Unless it's like a healthy obsession, but when you phrase it like that, I'm starting to think it's not a healthy one. You know, just something gives me that inkling that wasn't necessarily a healthy obsession. Like, I'd assume that your husband's, like, low-key obsessed with you. Like, I think that's fine, but I'm going to assume the kind you're talking about is not that kind. Boop. I don't have, like, any female friends, really. That's, like, the one thing is, like, growing up, there was very few women that liked me or girls that tolerated my personality. So I didn't really have a lot of female friends growing up besides church members that had like 8 to 10 years on me. Do I have netherite upgrades? Apparently I do. Also, that was my phone. I don't know if that went through. It was a weird situation. He wrote you some poetry and stuff, starting to show interest shortly after I was legal. He was 35 and had been to prison involving stuff with a 12-year-old. Yeah, that's not ideal. You know, not really husband material. You know... I hate to say it. I've only had 2 male friends, but the rest are female, and only one friend says I'm her kid. Okay. You only have 2 male friends. Jade, I'm going to assume with that name you're female. So you're a girl that's only had 2 male friends and the rest are female. One of your friends I'm going to assume one of the females, says that you are her kid. As in like a playful way, like how the VTubers have like their lore families, or in a different way? Because for me, when I was in high school, all these girls were like, oh, she's my sister, she's my cousin. I'm like, this is like, you talk about a family tree, this is a family tire. Yes, I'm female, and yeah, I was in a playful way. Okay, that changes the tone of a lot of things. The load bearing, yes, I am female. Who's texting me? Oh wait, that's probably like a, you didn't read it, so here's the second one. Just making sure. Okay, that's an odd job, the one that canceled on Monday, following up if I want to do an odd job later. But problem is that she texts me very sporadically, so I will answer that later so that the phone isn't just nuking itself on stream. And I don't feel like muting the conversation, because I feel like that's mean. Okay, is it ruder to not answer? Is it ruder to mute the conversation? Okay, seems like the odd job for cleaning stalls might be back on. Yay! Cleaning stalls of horses! Horsies or cows. I think it's horses. She has horses, yeah. Yeah. My grandpa's second wife. She's hiring me to do odd jobs. Did I mention that my grandpa has had 3 wives? I think I did. He knows a thing or two about marriage because he's been through a few. It's always funny because he tries to give me like the best life advice and sometimes it's just bad. Like, I love my grandpa, but like, sometimes the marriage advice is like, I don't know if that's very helpful. I don't think that's necessarily advice. Like, one time he goes, do you want to be the guy that asks out 10 women and gets 1 to say yes, or the one that asks out 100 women and, okay, do you want to be the guy that asks out 10 women and get 1 to say yes, or do you want to be the guy that asks out 100 women and gets 10 to say yes? So it's 10 girls asked out, 1 yes, or 100 asked out and 10 yes. And I said, 10 and 1, I only need 1 to make me happy. And he goes, no, you go after the 100 because at the end of the day, 10 is more than 1. I'm like, I don't think I'd psychologically make it through all the rejections. Knowing my luck, I'd get rejected, 89 times before I get that first yes. But also, like, Grandpa, you're on your 3rd marriage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love horses. I go to my friend's house after church and sometimes I ride her horses. Nope. I've ridden horses a couple of times. My mom's got a blind cow that if we that's pretty domesticated, that if we kept on like treating her like a baby, I bet I could ride one day. But she's like legally blind. Like, when I say legally blind, I mean like legally blind. Like, she could not drive a car if she was a human. She is blind. But I sure problem, you ain't got no mace unit. Why is that in my head? Why is that a line? I sent that to someone. Who did I send that to? I think I posted it out on Twitter. Like, someone, like, my brain's all over the place. I'm very scatterbrained most of the time. What am I looking for? But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is a wife. People are always like, oh, you don't want a girl boss wife that's going to climb the corporate ladder. It's like, no. I will be the stay-at-home sugar husband, okay? I will be very content with that, okay? I'll stay home. I'll make meatloaf for dinner. I'll make spaghetti. I'll be happy living at home. I'm taking care of the kids, You want to pursue your career, I'll take the kids. It'll be fine, We'll just still go to church on Sunday. As long as that still go, I'm okay with it. One of her horses took me in circles because she wanted to be next to the other horses. Either that or he'd gallop, which would scare me, and I have no idea how to ride horses. So what you do is you put a saddle on it, you see, and then you strap yourself to the saddle, and then you train it with voice commands, usually clicking like on to go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, typically. Having said that, I've never raced horses. I was never like a horse bro or horse girl. Probably because I'm not a girl. I was always a train kid. I like trains. Trains are underrated, and I will die on this hill. It's a weird hill to die on, but at least I'm dead. You know? Or whatever the phrase is. Right? It's something like that. I think that's how the motivational speech goes. Whoop. Okay. We're working on a path. And now I get to lay down the bricks. I need more. She trained her horses that one time. He wouldn't move. And I just had to get my friend to come over and help me and tried everything. And he just wouldn't move. He's like, "You're not my mom. I don't know you." Yeah, that's not great. Those guys are rude. You tell me, sister. Wait, no, I'm not gonna type that. I don't think she'd find that funny. Like the, slay. Like, kind of like, you know, James Charles type of, like, personality. I don't think she'd find those jokes funny. Real now, I have 5 cats, 8 chickens, but always wanted the horse, but the career I would want to go down to make possible to own a horse. My mom has like 20 chickens and a calf now, sort of. And like, you know, a whole bunch of heifers. My parents co-own a beef ranch. And my mama also raises chickens and meat rabbits. They are not pet rabbits. They are meat. They taste kind of like chicken. I will say, though, one time I had rabbit, and it tasted very gamey, and it was very off-putting. Or I assume that was gamey. It was some sort of weird tang. I didn't like it. But the second time, it was pretty good. Rabbit Alfredo, not good. Grilled rabbit, pretty decent. And if that makes you sad, bummer. I don't really know what to say. But, I have 2 dogs. Jasmine and Caboose. The cat that I named is still alive. The one I named, like, several years ago. Good old Sophie. She's kind of mean. And lives with my mother now. Boop. 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 Nope, I misclicked. I used to own a dog. He was a stray. We saved him. We had him for a year? Then what? Did you give him away or did he die? Because it's one or the other. And I'm really hoping it's the second one and not the first one. Because the first one was kind of sad. Wait. No, the first one was the happy one. Which one was the happy one? Which was the happy ending one? He died. He was old. Rough. I say rough not because he was a dog, but, you know, just rough. Fetch with rough man. There's also, like, Hoodlumut, and he calls, like, his viewers his ruffians, I think. I invited him to the SMP, but he doesn't like Minecraft, or at least not this style of Minecraft. Or at least that's what I recollect him saying. But who knows, dude? My brain's shot. I have poor memory. You had to get him put down 2 weeks before Christmas? Well, doesn't that just make the holidays lovely? Okay, that sounded kind of passive-aggressive. That's kind of... wrong tone right there. I need to work on that. I've been told that my tone I need to work on, and my delivery of jokes. Because apparently I suck at those two things. Which is true, but kind of hurts my feelings. Because you know what they say, the truth hurts. I hear burbs. Yeah, my brother's wife has burbs in the background. That's typically why I stream later at night, is because the dogs are less likely to bark at people walking down the street, because there's less likely to be people walking down the street, and because the burbs are no longer being the noisy. Definitely did not go in prepared. You want a pet ferret? You're like, you know, 8 chickens and 5 cats weren't enough. I need a ferret too. Like, more power to you. If you want a ferret, get a ferret. But I think they're illegal in my state. The good old state of California. I think I want this to turn that way. That's just an odd crafting table. Yeah, this is supposed to keep on going down this way, and then... This is a long strip. You're the second person to hear that I want a pet ferret today. That is funny. Also, every once in a while, I forget that Kaida's married. I don't know why. But I think it's because I saw, like, her content for a while. Like, hovering around for, like, probably, like, 5 months. And I never watched any of her streams. And not until, like, recently did I find out she's married with kids. And I'm just like, that's a revelation. It's kind of weird because I think internally I just assume all VTubers are like single people, and then I find out that they're not. I'm like, oh, well, that's a pleasant surprise. Ah, dude, why does it feel like there's a hair on my nose, like a dog hair? Probably because there is. Taking another swig of my liquid green. Okay, so I need stone for this. So I can continue this that way, and then I need to make an intersection, I think, soon. But yeah, let's put this. I need to go pick up more jungle wood, it looks like. Let's bring that with me so I can make sure I grab more. I don't need this. Don't need the cracked stone. I can put that in the other container. I have enough chiseled bricks. So let's grab like 8 stacks of stone stairs. And some more trap doors. Put this away. And then I'm going to grab all of this. Because I was going with a different path for the design. And now I hate it. So I just swapped it out. People get weird about VTubers getting married sometimes. So I can tell you the exact reason for this. And it's not healthy, okay? Because I caught myself doing this a couple of times in like slightly different ways. People get parasocial really easily online, especially during like the COVID time. And especially with smaller VTubers. Because with smaller VTubers and content creators, you feel closer to them, more like friends. For people that are socially, I don't want to say inept, but socially struggling. You know, like the loner guys or whatever, people that feel like they don't have any friends really. So for them, VTubers feel like friends, and especially when it's a guy and a gal, typically, unless the guy is like super gay, he will slowly start to develop feelings, which is one of the reasons why I specifically tend to stay away from women, is because I struggle with that, not developing feelings. So that's why I don't interact with women a whole bunch. If anyone was curious on why I tend to not, that's the reason. But that's just something that I've noticed. And, like, I've gotten to parasocial with, like, male streamers. Where, like, I started, like, one of them invited me. One of them had a girlfriend who invited me to his Discord. And I streamed with him a couple of times. And he's a work in progress. And he did not treat me very well at the time. I've tuned into his streams a little bit more recently. And he seems to be genuinely working on his personality. But he's been through a lot. And he's, like, working on himself. and it was just not a good moment, I guess. Him and his girlfriend at the time did not treat me very well. I think he's still dating her, but she's also something. I'm not saying who, because I don't want to, like, just bash him. Because I genuinely still like the guy. He's just got some things he's got to work on. And I've known that, like, I was subbed to him for so many years. I think I'm not subbed to him anymore, but I think I have, like, 3 or 4 years worth of sub to him. So, like, I genuinely still like the guy. But, you know, you got to make some better decisions, you know. Oh, maybe they feel like they have more of a chance, maybe? That's exactly it. Yeah, my ex joked about not saying that he was a bit of my boyfriend. Yes, my ex joked about not saying that he was my boyfriend because people don't like VTubers with significant others. This is true. Reason being is because of, exactly, the guys think that they might have a chance. Which, honestly, I don't think is healthy for anyone because when female VTubers lie about not having partners, it doesn't end well. Because, like, you know, you can look at Pokimane when she announced that she was, like, dating that one guy, even though she wasn't. It ruined her career. And the reason being is because a lot of the reason why female content creators do well is because there's a lot of single guys with decent paying jobs that are ugly that women aren't willing to settle for because feminism ruined women, making them think that even, you know, the 300 pounds with terrible personalities are worthy of, you know, the 6'5" makes, you know, $2 million giga chads. So when guys are like, well, I don't want that lady, I'd rather just fling my money at some online lady. Which almost becomes online prostitution to an extent. I don't think the internet ruined dating. This is going to be a weird take. I don't think that the internet ruined dating. I think that not when I say the internet, I don't let me rephrase this. I don't think that I don't think the creation of the internet ruined dating because I don't think that the tool for letting us all talk to each other and, you know, have access, like, when I hear the internet, I think of Wikipedia, Google, YouTube. I don't think all of those are negative. I think what it is that when the internet came, social media was created, and I think social media ruined dating. I think that's what it is. I think feminism and social media ruined dating. I don't think it's a direct correlation to the other one. If that, yeah, more so dating apps. No, I'd say things like Facebook, Instagram, and feminism. I think those 3 things are what ruined dating. And the reason why I say this is because feminism tells women that no matter how, like, many people they sleep with, they're always a 10 out of 10, which is simply not true. You know, give women unreal expectations of their own value. So I think feminism did a lot of damage, and then I think because on the internet, people typically don't show their flaws as much. So now women are now competing with other women that they only see the perfect side of with, you know, all this makeup and all these filters and stuff. And so they're giving themselves unrealistic body standards. But then feminism also says, oh, it doesn't matter how bad your personality is or how obese you are, because not to be mean, but a lot of guys just don't like fat women. You know, same thing with women. Most women don't like fat guys. I think we all prefer, you know, under 200 pounds. Not hating on anyone. It's just, I think that's typically pretty average to say. I think that social media is what, and feminism, that combination is what ruined the dating scene. Because, like, how do I want to bring this up? We can look at cases that happened recently. So we can take a look back, okay? I look at my aunt when it comes to relationships. She didn't chase guys. She didn't chase after guys. Instead, she trusted God to bring the right man, and it definitely worked out for her. Yeah. This is how I look at it, okay? And this is going to be a bit of a weird take, I think. Let me make sure that I articulate this well first. Because I lost my train of thought. Which might be for the better. Okay, let's see. How do I want to articulate this? So I'm bad with words. We're gonna go out one more. Just so that it feels a little bit less weird when I drop it down. Right? I probably should have dropped it down here. I should have dropped it down a little bit earlier. Instead of having to bolster this land up to it, I should have dropped it down here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear this down. And once I put away my stuff. I think... What do I think? I lost my train of thought. We were talking about feminism and unhealthy beauty standards. The person that clicks may not be the one that looks best on paper or on screen. Yeah. I can see that. Let me put a lot of this stuff away right now while I'm trying to sort my inventory and regain the thought process I was having. Because I had a thought, I was going somewhere with it, and then I lost it. Which happens a lot. Genuinely don't remember where I was going with the conversation. Something about unhealthily people, something. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's certain standards that I think feminism has ruined, and I think that the internet helped expedite that process. And so I don't blame the internet, but I blame things that came from the internet, being social medias and like, oh, now I remember. So the reason why people won't date anymore, and we can pull up a couple of examples, okay? We can look back to the Tobuscus case of like 2014, I think is what it was. Popular Minecraft, not Minecraft. It was a content creator, a popular variety content creator by the name of Tobuscus, Toby Turner. Is his stage name? I don't know if that's his real name. I've talked to him personally a couple of times. He was accused of inappropriate conduct with a couple of ladies, and it ruined his career. And that's just, you know, it's terrible. And then, you know, oh, women don't do that, or not all women do that, or women don't do that anymore. And, you know, I don't like talking about, like, oh, these famous people's drama. But recently, a creator by the name of Mizkif, who's, by the way, not a great person, was accused of very inappropriate things with another female creator. But then, like, it came out in, like, the court case that she said that she felt like he did it to her mentally, did a physical action that we shall not be speaking of to her, about her. Like, she claimed that he did, like, this inappropriate physical action to her in her mind. It's like, so he didn't actually physically do that to you, but you feel like he did that to you, and now you're trying to ruin his career? Like, he's not a great person. But, am I understanding this right? So Tobuscus' life was ruined. It came out that he won in court. So Tobuscus did prove his innocence. If I remember the story correctly, which, you know, it's been a while, there was 3 women that accused him of doing inappropriate things to him. And it came out that one of them said that she just did it for the money. One of them disappeared from the internet. And then one of them says that he still did it. And Tobuscus had 2 ex-girlfriends vouch that he did not do anything like that, and that he was a great guy, which really did help his case. But he still has never been able to shake that. Like, if you watch his Twitter post, people will still just call him like a rapist and stuff. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even though he proved it. And then, like, Wilburset. I don't know about the Wilburset situation. That one's kind of weird. But if my understanding of the Wilburset situation is correct, then he was just kind of like a very freaky kind of guy. But still consensual, I think, from what I read. Kind of freaky. It's kind of weird. So it's like, yeah, you can, you know, consent to something and then still ruin the guy's life if you want. you know. So it's like, it's hard, you know, us Christian men, we are supposed to go after godly women. But as I was talking about earlier, there was that lady from my church who, you know, threatened to kill herself if I stopped talking to her, and just wanted me physically and not emotionally. And, you know, her living situation wasn't the greatest. Not as in like she was abused, but just like how her family operated, which I won't get into because that's not for me to disclose. But she didn't have either one of her parents, so she was raised by her grandma, and her grandma had her on birth control from the age of 8th grade. So, you know, there's a lot that went wrong in that whole ordeal. But when you put an 8th grader on, you know, the injected birth control, you know, like the monthly shots in the shoulder or whatever, there's definitely some issues there. It's hard not having either one of your parents. I will say that is definitely true. And a lot of things that she did, I think she doesn't do anymore. Like I said, I helped her move back in from college because, she moved back in from college, and since she doesn't have like a father or a brother, and her cousin was tired from helping her move back, my mom told me that I would, or told them that I would, and then told me last minute that I was going to be working for them, and said, oh, well, I already told everyone, and you don't want to make her grandma upset and make her grandma feel bad that you're not showing up to, you know, help them move after I already said you would. So I ended up helping her move back in from college, and she seems like she's genuinely working on herself. You know, back in 8th grade, you know, she was drugged, sort of. I don't want to say drugged, but she was on birth control, and I heard that messes with women really bad, especially the like monthly injection ones. And then, you know, puberty, monthly injected hormones, neither one of your parents there, being raised by your grandma. There's a lot of things that ended up to her not being in a great spot, which isn't an excuse, but just the reasoning why she was the way she was. Having said that, like I said, I'm pretty sure she's done a lot of work on herself, and she seems much nicer now. Last time I interacted with her. Also, I think my mom wanted me to date her. I think that's the reason why my mom signed me up. No. That's a hard no. And that part, I've said it on stream, but I'm starting to like reflect and trying to be nicer. And so I think I will not divulge the reasoning being that I will never give her another shot. But we will leave it at that. But no, I will not try and date that lady again. You good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3. And then this will go like this. Yay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I grew up with my grandma, but she's Christian, so I grew up in Christian home. This lady that I'm talking about grew up with me in the same church. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And her grandma's also Christian, and her grandma still goes to church. I still see some of her family members every once in a while. She just had some issues she needs to work on, and, you know, she thought that she could mask some of her issues just by getting in a relationship. And I think that was her reasoning. And, like, the way I broke up with her was I just basically started being, like, I was dirtbag maxing for, like, a little bit. And so I felt bad. So then, like, years later, I went back and apologized to her. And then she hadn't changed. And then I helped her move in even later, a few more years down the road. And that's when I realized, like, okay, she's changed. She's now got some compassion. That, or she just felt really bad that her ex was helping her move in and not her current boyfriend, if she had one, or any of her prior exes, and just saw how great of a stud muffin I am. It's one or the other, you know. And we're not really sure, you know. It could be because of how stud muffin-y I am. She was like, man, if only I didn't screw that up, I'd still have that guy. It's like, yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm coping right now to make myself feel better. What do I need? I need that. I need that. Do I not have any more andesite? Oh, there's my andesite. There's my andesite. Where's my packed mud? Mud. That. And then those. Okay. We're good. Let's go. We're going to go mud. Andesite. Wait, no. We got to go that. Mud. Andesite. That. Right? And then that. There we go. So go that. Andesite. Mud. That. That. Mud. Bam. Bam. Pow. Boop. 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 Bop. Bop. Now my mom is sort of my life. I hope. Wait. Let me reread this. Okay. I'll help her in a moment. It is just by the grace of God that I'm not black-pilled against all men. Great. Not great examples in my family. Not great. Now my mom is sort of my life, which I hope eventually she sees what God has done in my life and comes to know God. That's always the hardest, is when your family members don't know Christ. I think because I've known for such a long time that a lot of my family members have like rejected Christ, like I've just kind of given up on them, which I don't think is the right mentality, but it's kind of like a hard cope instead of stressing about it, because I know that I can't do anything. And if my parents can't get to my grandparents and me and my brothers can't, I don't think there's a whole lot of hope. And like a lot of them were raised in either Christian or Catholic homes, and a lot of them just not quite willing to give their life to Christ. There we go. Let me put this stuff away. These can go there. These can go there. Actually, do I have enough from here? I'll just stuff it all in here and deal with that later. Okay. But yeah, like I hope my family members come to know the Lord. My great-grandma did. I don't think my grandma or my uncle do. Or my grandpa on that side. Either one of them, because I have two grandpas on that side. And then on my dad's side, my grandma does. She's been working on her walk a lot lately. And then my grandpa was raised Catholic, but I don't know where his heart is. And like I've tried. We definitely tried recently when his brother passed away to comfort him. But I also don't know how close that uncle was with the Lord, considering he stiffed me and my brother out of $40 and hard denies it till his deathbed. So she would take you and your siblings to church. Well, that's nice. Oh. There we go. Wrong base. Gotta go this way. Okay, let's get in this. There we go. I believe it's right over here. Am I correct? Yes, I am. Look at that. I built most of these nether highways, so I know where most things are. I built this tube. It's not a great tube, but it's unique. Oh, here she is. She's down here. Oh, have I not loaded the space area yet? I thought I did. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Okay,
I'm
so
having the best luck this week, aren't I?
oh, you don't even want to hear my luck. My week's been rough.
Oh.
It happens. You have gold on your armor. You seem fine. Let's go. I don't know where we're going.
Oh, okay.
I got a BOAT though. A buoyancy operated aquatic transport, BOAT.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay. Okay,
You have the mini map for your death markers, right?
Yeah, it's about like 1,800 away.
That's not too bad. So you know that the first set was definitely toasted in the lava, like 100%, or there's just a
I
high
don't
probability.
know.
Do you want to
High
boat
probability.
this? Here,
Oh yeah.
you steer,
probably.
since I don't really know where I'm
Oh.
going.
Okay. This is fine.
This is fine. I'm glad I
let's just
extended this
say-
highway.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Whoop! Oh, there we go. Okay. I should probably start buying those totems from
Yeah, I always
That's gonna
keep
be
2
needed.
totems on me, one in my offhand and one in my inventory.
Okay, now I gotta remember. I made an entire thing where we needed to go. The first time, I didn't even get to see where my stuff was before I got God again.
Ooh,
That was great.
that's not great.
Yesterday I lost everything, so I spent all day today grinding. Oh, I lost both my elytras now.
Well, ideally... Also, you don't have to worry about these guys. I'm not wearing gold. That's
Ow.
the reason why.
Oh,
Oh, did I proc sweeping edge on you? While you're behind
probably,
me?
It's fine.
I know that's a thing, because it is like a 2x2 around you, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't even remember what way I went, but it's fine.
That's a bummer,
be fair.
Kaida. Oh, I'm streaming, by the way.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Okay.
Hi, Cole's chat.
Yeah. I'm going to assume you figured that out when I was doing my Bible study, or did you get the alert or something?
I just figured it out.
Oh.
You're like, you need help? I'm like, I should probably check. Hi.
Yeah. I wasn't... Earlier today, I was like, I don't feel like going live. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live. I feel fantastic now. So...
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's the Mountain Dew in my veins. The liquid green.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking I need to start setting up backup kits and then selling them in the shopping district.
You know, that would be smart.
Yeah. I've given up on trying to hit 778 levels.
Oh.
Yeah, once I got around like 180, 190, and it just hard slowed down, I was like, yeah, that's not happening.
Oof.
Elsbeth says hi.
Hi, Angel.
Jade, my pastor actually does mission trips to Russia.
Oh.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my pastor speaks decent Russian, and when I was in high school, I had a friend who decided to learn Russian, and him and my pastor would have talks after Jesus Pizza in Russian.
Ooh.
Yeah, I only know bad words in Russian. Thank you, CSGO.
Oh.
So, yeah, I could
Why
not
am I
have a
not
conversation. I could not have a conversation with my pastor in Russian.
I'm not surprised. Why is that such a thing in general?
Well, CSGO and bad words in Russian kind of go hand in hand.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Is it good that they go hand in hand? No. But do they? Yes.
Sadly.
Yeah. CSGO does not moderate the voice chat at all, which is kind of like a double-edged sword because on one hand, free speech. On the other hand, there is some toxicity in there. But, you know,
Yeah.
I've actually had like some very good like family breakthroughs in CSGO chat.
Hey, there you
Yeah.
go.
Do you need food? Or are you just going to pill her up?
No, I got a stack of potatoes. It's fine.
Okay. No, me and my older brother were like beefing for a while, and like I joined his lobby in CS:GO, and like I was arguing with him, and some guy was like, "Wait, are you two siblings?" And then he like talked us through like our differences.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I don't exactly remember what happened, but I do know that like early on in like high school, like, you know, as all good younger brothers do, I looked up to my older brother, and he was just being a jerk at the time.
Aw.
And like the guy was like, "You don't have to put your brother on a pedestal." You know.
Yeah.
And it seems like your brother wants some time from you. And
Oh.
not until recently did my brother start spending more time with me, my older brother.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, thank you for building a staircase for me. Yay!
You're welcome.
What was that? Was that a blaze? Oh, it's a gas. That makes more sense.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Oh, wait. I think my sound's completely off.
I'm in the lava.
Oh.
I'm good. You know what? I just
Good?
realized something. Yeah, I have really good protection. I have a spare totem on me. You want to hold on to it for the time being
Sure.
until we get there, because I realize you probably don't have a perfect kit, and, you know, making sure you don't die is kind of important. Your
Yeah,
oldest...
that was-
Dude, Jade in my chat is the oldest out of 7. I am the
Wow.
middle out of 3. Technically 4, but the fourth one was adopted. So, you know, I'm part of the OG 3.
Oh.
Yeah. I love my little brother, but
Aw.
he's a little bit of a goober. Not the one that's married. He's stinky.
Okay. Are you on fire again?
No, I was just stepping on the hot coals. Okay, well now I am. I stand corrected.
Oh. I love the little animations. When you're on fire, you're like running around screaming.
Oh, you have that installed. I don't. I want to swing at these,
No.
but the proximity would hurt you.
Don't
worry. You got
well-
the totem.
Thank you for that totem. That saved my life.
Yeah, that was a good investment.
Thank you
Maybe
so
I should
much.
give you a totem. 30 seconds later, pops totem. Huh. Maybe that was a good idea.
Oh.
Just know that for now you have some resistances. Although they only last like 2 or 3 minutes, so keep that in mind. If you're gonna torch yourself again, make it in the next 3 minutes.
Okay, on it. Wait, this is the wrong way. Don't go this way.
Don't go this way.
Ow. Why am I on fire again? Bro.
The fire
Bro.
res only lasts a minute.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Do you need my other totem?
Stop. Oh, no. No. No.
There's the other totem. You can hold on to that one too while we're at it.
I did. Oh, there it is. Thank you. I'm doing fine.
Just give me a second. Let me access my ender chest where I keep another totem.
I'm so sorry.
No. Don't worry. I got these totems for a killer deal a while ago.
We need to go that way. We're going a little too to the left.
Well, I don't have a picture of your map, so I'm just, you know, following you. I can start digging. I have my pickaxe if we need to dig. We can just tunnel.
True. Okay. Do you have blocks?
No, but that's why I got the pickaxe.
Okay, get on here. Jump. Oh,
Or...
I get...
Oh, there's a slime above you. Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay.
I swear I thought I
Okay.
pushed you off the edge and I was so scared. Okay, do we need to mine straight this way?
We're going like in this like corner
Diagonally?
area. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get up. Yeah. Do you want to get on the same block?
I was
block
just
as
gonna...
me? That works. Oh yeah, you probably have like efficiency 5. That'll
Yeah.
work.
You stand back because if lava happens, you know, I have better armor. I'll die slower.
Fair enough.
And, you know, going through 2 totems in a very short amount of time is subpar.
I'm having a week apparently.
Yeah,
Last 2 days.
you know, a lot of people got their accounts ratted. I had an interview fall through and 2 odd jobs. Yeah.
Oh. Man.
But, you know, staying jobless means I can do things like this. Isn't it great?
This is
Yippee!
great. Yeah.
Or, am I going to that gap over there? Is that where we're going?
We can aim that way, yeah.
Do 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 and do 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 do.
Do.
Looking over chat. Wait, your graduation party? How old are you? And is this college graduation or like high school? Because I kind of just assume that most people I talk to on the internet are around like 20. But I'm starting to think I'm assuming wrong. Hey, look at this little tunnel.
Oh.
Is that the right direction? Can we just run on the top of that?
Yeah, we can probably go across that, yeah.
Yay! Oh, don't fall down that. You...
I'm so glad I did not.
There you go. There's some steps.
Becky.
That works.
Yeah.
Is this the Bastion?
Yeah. No, we're still 600 away.
Oof. 18 and you're in high school? Huh. Oh, I guess that guy's gone.
Yeah.
Did you want to go straight? Actually.
We could probably, yeah. Oh, yeah, that works.
That Bastion's been looted. Not by you. Let's go like that.
Wow, someone's been busy over here.
I think this is all a variant. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that guy's not the guy that I thought it was. Oh, are you running 21.11? Or is that guy running a sword? Because that's a spear on my screen.
That's a sword.
Oh, you need to update. We're going to remove backwards compatibility in a few days.
Oh.
Yeah, because we updated to .11.
know.
Yeah. Turns out a lot of
Oh.
people missed that. So now I'm telling you before.
I was wondering, because one day I was in the desert and Parched just two-tapped me, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know they were a thing.
Yep. They were added, and we have the backwards compatibility, so you guys don't have to like worry about it for a minute. But yes, we're going to remove that soon. Are we still going in the right direction?
So we need to go about like 400 that way. To the right.
Okay. Well, I can do. Let's do this.
I don't even know if it's still gonna be there.
As long as the chunks aren't loaded for over 5 minutes, it'll still be there. Because it goes off the chunk loaded, not off of in-game time.
Oh,
And
okay.
and on this server, you only load like 20 chunks for each player around you, so I think we'll be fine.
Oh, that's why all my other stuff despawned before I could get it yesterday.
Was it in a place where the chunks were still loaded?
Angel went like far, but I don't know how far.
Hmm.
And so like by the time
I'm
I
out of
tried
blocks
to come
now.
back, everything. Oh, I gotcha.
Whoop.
Whee! I'm so glad I made that.
Well, that's why we gave you a totem.
Yeah. I think I found some diamonds in that one bastion. Not the one I died in, but like a different one. So I can probably just buy the totems and give you back the two.
Yeah, I'm not
It's-
too worried about it. I have like 3 at my base. I keep a couple of spare totems at all times on me. I keep one in my ender chest, one in my offhand, and one in my inventory for scenarios like this.
You're smart. I need to start doing that.
People are like, "Oh,
Kinda
use
forgot
the
they
shield,"
existed.
and I'm like, "No, use the totems. Totems are literally get out of jail free cards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're cheaty. They give you revives.
I mean, I'd rather a totem. That gives me a second.
I like totems way more than gravestones, and people wanted me to add gravestones to the server, but I'm like, I don't know. We already have totems. Just use a totem.
I mean, gravestones would help for when you do die, and so you don't lose all your stuff.
Yeah, but then like, I guess I don't know. I just never really liked totem or gravestone mods. There's
That's
also
fair.
like accidental dupe glitches that can happen with them.
Oh. Yeah,
So.
that's not good. Oh.
Are we still going in the right direction?
Yes, we are like right on for it. We're about 200 away.
Okay. And I should be able just to tunnel through right here.
Yes. Whee!
Make sure to stay back because if lava comes, then that would be bad.
Yeah.
Also, you need
That's
to have
fair.
enough reaction time for if I just like drop down like a Looney Tunes character. I would do like the whistling sound effect of like falling, but I cannot do that. I do not have any skills when it comes to whistling.
I could try, but I don't know. I tried whistling earlier, and it was a struggle, so I'm not gonna try it. You need to be hydrated for it too. Okay, so this is the bastion. Is it-
Okay.
Okay, it's like. Oh no! Now I have to find where it is. It was down in the treasure area, so it's down.
It's down, not up. Okay.
Yeah, because I went all the way
just-
to the bottom.
Make sure to stand back a little bit. Oh, hey, look! I found a pickling brute. Hi, bud.
Yeah, those guys are rude.
Well, I have Prot 4, so it's not that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, this is why I was trying to max out my stuff, but then I was stupid. Okay, so
You need to back up.
fell in one of the corners.
Because I'm going to do this.
Oh.
Oh, there's the slime spawner. Lovely.
Ah.
Died in one of the corners?
Yeah.
Okay, and that...
Like over the lava.
Okay, in that case, let's just go clockwise, or counterclockwise, I guess, around in circles until we find where you died.
Okay.
Instead of trying to bridge through the middle. Oh,
Yeah,
stand
that's
back.
smart.
Those guys still
Sorry,
hurt.
I like blocked you in.
That's fine, I have a totem.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's a
Do
hole.
I see anything? Oh. I see where I put my netherrack over there. I think nothing survived.
Well, there's a lot aggroed on me, and I can hear it really bad. Oh, there they are.
Alright, F3B will tell me very quickly if anything's still here. No. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
What?
Oh, that's a damaged shield. I thought that was your shield for a moment. So it's like, oh, a pigman picked up your shield. It's salvageable. But no. Does not seem to
Yeah.
doth be that way.
Yeah, well, guess I'm gonna have to do another end run.
I got nothing else going on. I was just working on some prep stuff. I'm planning on doing Bible Jeopardy on the server.
Ooh.
And Bible Baseball, so I'm currently setting up the road to where we're going to be doing that in the shopping district. Because you know what? Having the shopping district and the game district be in the same area, I think is smart.
Makes sense.
Oh, hey, look! There's a smithing template and a snout, a fire protection, a netherite, ancient debris and stuff. Go take that. Have fun.
Ooh. Oh, thank you.
I fell in lava. Don't do that.
Oh, oh.
Get back.
Run away.
Run away! Do you care about the gold?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll leave it to you.
Do you want the gold, though?
Yeah.
Then take the gold.
No. You found this place.
But
I'm just here.
wait. Well, I kind of failed.
I have a really bad gold farm I need to work on, so I'm fine. Can you guys stop hugging me? I don't want hugs. No kisses.
6 feet.
6 feet? Yeah, social distance.
Oh, man.
It doesn't help that
Okay.
there's a spawner right here.
That's true. Why haven't we broken it yet? I don't even
Because
know.
I don't like breaking spawners. Okay, you got everything from
Makes
there? Are
sense.
we good to dip? Or did you want to explore this
Yeah.
place more?
I will maybe one day come back when I'm kitted out.
When you're kidded?
Yes, and like 5 different totems in my inventory alone.
Okay, I'm just gonna... Don't come this way.
Block that up.
This is,
Oh.
You know what? It's fine. You're back. It is from Beauty and the Beast. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, you're gonna decorate your cap and gown with the Beauty and the Beast because the Beauty and the Beast is your favorite movie. Okay, there we go. That's...
Ooh.
I missed that part. Oh, I have a ton of netherrack on me. That explains it. I was like, what to build with? I wonder if I have any building blocks. Has several stacks of netherrack. Oh yeah, I did tunnel through that little section now, didn't I?
Like, there you go.
Sometimes I forgore. And that's okay.
He's okay.
Oh,
We're going the exact different direction.
are we not going the right way? Are we supposed to be going counterclockwise around this thing?
This way is to the Nether Highway.
Oh,
if
my
you're
bad.
wanting to go back.
Yeah. I know you were planning on doing your own server, but we have the community server now. You just want to send your guys over there.
Yeah, no, that server was put on hold.
Yeah. That's the whole
Yeah.
reason why I made the community server, is so that you guys didn't have to do any of that stuff. And then we could all just kind of share one big community server.
Yeah, I
Especially
was
since we have a
trying
lot
to
of
find-
fans overlap.
Yeah, I wanted to stream on that, but I couldn't find like the IP and stuff, and I was trying to find like.
It's in the Discord's information channel. It's there's like a Minecraft community server channel that's got all the information you need for it.
I looked.
And then
okay,
also for a while which way are we going?
This way is the way to.
Okay.
My castle portal. So
I changed it because I didn't have it set up properly, but now if you have the creator role in the community Discord, which you do, you have access to view Minecraft server info.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And we're going to be going over the whole whitelisting stuff tomorrow in tomorrow's meeting. And I have a couple people I want to bring in, so I wanted to go over that. But now I have an odd job tomorrow, so I don't know when we're doing the meeting. It'll probably be close to 4.
Fair enough. I will be at my PT appointment at that time, so I won't be able to make it.
What is PT again?
Physical therapy.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't know that you needed physical therapy. I thought you were very healthy. Or are you learning how to be like a doctor or something? Or is it actually for you?
It's actually for me.
Oh.
Spending like 10 years at a computer, and then I had health issues before Jesus. So I never moved. So they found a lot of weakness and a lot of tightness, and
that's a bummer.
So they're working on my body. I was supposed to.
That sounds so weird.
Earlier,
that's like whenever someone says my body, like it always sounds like you're like a mecha piloting something. Like I don't know if that's just me, but whenever anyone says anything like that, it's like, oh yes, you are a mecha now. Which if you think about it, we are. Our souls are actually piloting a flesh mecha, but you know that's a little creepy. You really think about it. Like canonically, that's true.
I mean.
Mm-hmm. But it's really weird sounding, right? Like I don't know. For me, I think this has always been kind of like a. Are we? Do we need to go down that way? Where did we go from?
To the left. I don't even know where we came from, but we need to go left.
That way?
Do you see that giant? Do you see right across? Do you see straight ahead?
No, I still have the fog. I don't run a thing that goes over.
Oh. Well, if we go to the right, we'll actually be able to come back from where we were. There's that giant tunnel.
So the tunnel's down that way?
The tunnel is straight. I almost like hit you off. It's
that's
straight
fine.
That
I
way.
have a totem. Straight that way? Okay, then yeah, let's just go down. When Elsbeth, you want to be a human mecha or just a mecha in general?
Do you want to be a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic?
Well, see, when I hear mecha, I think Darling in the Franxx kind of mecha, but Darling in the Franxx is kind of weird. If you don't know what that anime is, basically, aliens become kind of. Have you seen Pacific Rim?
No, I've heard of it though.
Oh well, it's the stereotypical. Oh, we took like the alien or the monster, and we took some of their flesh, and then we turned them into mechas that we now have humans pilot to go kill other ones. But Darling in the Franxx, they also did like human genetic experiments. So they also had like hybrid human mecha peoples. It was all weird. And also I think the whole thing was just one big innuendo turned into a anime.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's kind of gross.
Man.
That's the problem with anime. They all go off the rails on the crazy train. Also, never mind, I don't have... I was about to be like, I could have just built straight out. I have enough netherrack. Looks in inventory. I have a stack.
Oh, yes, you have so much coal.
I know, so much.
So much. You're so rich in netherite.
Oh, by the way, I used up all my food. I am now walking. Can I have like 4 potatoes?
I have like 52. Take half.
Okay. I'll give them back to you. I have golden carrots at my base. I also sell food in the shopping district for those that don't want to.
I have... Oh, I'm out.
That's fine. I got some building blocks. And then I do the trick where I like, spam shift and I speed bridge. I don't actually know how to speed bridge. I never practiced.
I've practiced. I can't do it yet, but I can do the like 60-degree angle thing. That's a slightly faster.
Boop. Oh, you mean like the yeah. Oh, hey, look, there it is.
Yeah. You can see now.
Well, I like to leave the fog in the nether. I don't like using a lot of texture packs.
I have fog still. I just have the Distant Horizons mod, so I can see for like 10,000 blocks or something. I don't even know.
Your sister just scared you? Well, my brother has tried to scare me, but I've gotten too used to his shenanigans, and he doesn't scare me anymore. Like, people will walk into my room and just start talking to me, and I'm like, does not bother me. I kind of like it. Have you ever watched, this is like a mentality that Mizkif had for a while, and like, I watched a documentary on it, and I kind of like do the same thing with my own streams. Have you ever watched Friends?
I probably did, like...
Or like
years
Seinfeld?
ago.
Any of those like kind of sitcoms?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I never watched that one, so I don't know. But there's like a trope in sitcoms where a character will walk through a door and like, oh, there's like a laugh track or a round of applause kind of audio thing, and then, you know, funny shenanigans ensues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like to have it set up with my mic where you can hear almost anything as long as you're like talking somewhat close to my room. So that when people want to walk by me and say something funny, because sometimes, you know, like when before my parents moved out, my dad would walk in and just be like, "Are you winning, son?" and things like that, and make fun of me. And my stream would hear, and it was fun. Other people like to have it set up in a way where you can't hear anything going on in the background. And like right now with the birds chirping, it's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad.
Huh. Makes sense.
Your bed is a mattress on the floor, and she has a tendency just to flop on your bed onto and sit on your feet, which hurts. So you're saying your sister didn't scare you? She pile drived your feet with her booty, and you are now having physical pain in your feet from having probably at least 100 pounds of mass jumping onto it.
I mean, I never had someone pile driving my feet, but like I had a mattress on the floor as my bed for like a few years until a few months ago.
My dogs sleep on my bed, and I will 100% admit that there has been nights or days where I wake up, take a shower, and I'm like, that bruise is new. I guess my dog used my chest as a springboard last night while I was sleeping.
Oh no. You're
So
just so used to it that you don't even wake up.
I am a very heavy sleeper. And I kind of trained myself to be that way, because like when I was younger, my brothers would purposely try and wake me up by like putting like ice cubes and stuff on my back, and I just forced myself to sleep with the ice cubes on my back and just, you know, ignored them. And if you do that enough times, you just force yourself to be a heavy sleeper.
Fair enough. Puppies.
My older brother used to wrestle a whole bunch, and he went to state for wrestling. So while he was, you know, where we were in like the gyms with all the loud noises and, you know, all the wrestling stuff, the speakers calling out names and stuff, I got really good at falling asleep at those at a young age. So I trained myself from a very young age to be a heavy sleeper, which is kind of a double-edged sword, because if someone breaks into my house, I am sleeping through it. But, you know, I got 2 dogs. They'll stop them.
True. And
Yeah.
hey, the Lord can get you up. He's
True,
woken people up
true.
before when stuff happens.
Yeah, I think I'd probably not sleep through it. You know, I have been swatted once, sort of, so... And I didn't sleep through that.
There you go.
Yeah. Turns out, don't make school shooter jokes. It doesn't end well.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
No,
brother made a lot of those jokes in high school, and then he got arrested for
Oh.
one, and then my house got swatted later that night.
Oh.
It was,
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that.
You're not surprised about, like, the swatting, or that my brother would do that? Because both are very accurate to him.
I mean, I don't know him, so I'm not saying that I know he would do that. I'm saying, like, if someone does make those kind of jokes, like,
Yeah.
praise God that the SWAT's actually taking it seriously.
Well, it wasn't, like, actually a SWAT team, but I did have 20 police officers, a handful of ladies were also there, and I was sitting on my couch in my underwear, so that was a little awkward. So,
Oh.
I'd rate the experience probably, like, a 3 out of 10, 3.5. You know, it was really embarrassing and awkward, but I didn't get injured. And, you know, I cut off the tip of my thumb, and that's probably a 2. I count that as a
Wow.
2. I'd say getting shot would be a 1 out of 10, and dying's probably a 0 out of 10. That one doesn't, like, you know, people that get resuscitated, they don't seem to be very happy afterwards. So, yeah, I'd count that as probably a 0. I don't know. I haven't been shot yet, and I haven't been resuscitated, so I can't speak with certainty, but just Typically doesn't sound pleasant. What's up?
I'm trying to see where.
Oh, this is Avarian's road, so at some point this will hook up to Avarian's place. I've taken it a couple of
Yeah.
times.
We'll need to hook a left at some point.
Da-da-da.
We could always just drop down through.
It's a mix of scare and hurt because she doesn't look before she jumps on my bed and I have to move my feet. See, my dogs, I have one dog and she's older. She knows, oh, you're not supposed to step on this part of the human anatomy. The other dog's just like, I don't care, and just steps on everything. And it's like, you are too bony to be doing that, dog. I am in pain.
Oh.
You stepped in places where you should not.
Oh.
Who is texting me?
Ouch. Bing.
Yeah, that's an odd job for next week. The one that fell through on Monday. She's texting me back now.
Aw.
Yeah. And hey, look, there's a
there we are.
variance.
Yay! Survival.
Of the fittest.
I don't know if I'm the fittest, babe. Woo.
Not the fittest? I don't know. I don't think I've seen a recent photo of you, but the one you did tell me to find, I looked at it. I was like, you didn't look, unfit. Unhealthy.
It's like I'm eating more. My thing is the unseen of not being strongest or most mobile, but that's what PT is for.
Yeah.
Working on mobility and
I lost weight due to stress vomiting at my old workplace, and I've just never put back on those 10 pounds. So I weigh 130 at like 5'8" almost.
Oh, I
Yeah.
am 99.9.
What do you mean 99.9? Like you're 99 pounds?
Yeah.
You are under 100 pounds?
Yeah.
How
And
tall are you?
I put on weight over this year, so my mom was saying I was probably like around 70 when I was dealing with the eating stuff before Jesus.
How tall are you?
5'2".
Okay, well that's not nearly as bad. Because if you're short, then it's not nearly as bad, like disproportionately. If you're like, yeah, I'm 6 foot 100 pounds, I'm like, you're all skin and bones. Let's go back to my place real quick.
Okay.
Proximity. We're gonna put that away. We'll put this away real quick.
Oh yeah, here's your totem back.
That's fine. You can hold on to it for a moment if you need it. I think I have more totems in one of these chests. Now I might be mistaken. I might have burned through them. But 6 diamonds isn't that bad. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to here. Also, hi, Preston.
Hi, Preston.
Ooh, typical sibling bullying. You hate to see it. Or love to see it. Depends on your disposition.
Oh.
So, other than that, anything interesting lately? You're putting on weight, that's good. I've been trying to force myself to eat more. I can't do it. I genuinely can't. I struggle so bad with that.
It was something I definitely struggled with at first with the food,
Mhm.
but God showed me a few scriptures that actually really helped. Did you know there's a scripture that says food and drink is from the Lord and he wants us to enjoy it?
No. But that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, because the eating disorder that I had wasn't like an image based. It was literally, I was so nauseous all the time. Like I would take a sip of water and I would feel like I would throw up.
That's where
'Cause
I'm
how
at.
good-
That's where I'm at
That-
right now.
That's a torment from the enemy, from literal demonic forces. So it was really important to be praying against it and to be standing on scriptures, Thank you, Lord, that food and drink are from you. Thank you that it will do nothing but what it's supposed to, which is nourish and hydrate my body. Thank you, it will give me a happy tummy and body, be binding nausea and tummy upset in the name of Jesus,
Yeah.
God's not doing that to you. So if it's not God, who is it?
Stress. It's actually, I learned that a lot of my bad habits are a side effect of coping through stress.
So then you focus on scriptures on how to combat stress. So to combat stress, it's peace, calm,
Yeah.
rest.
A lot of
Those-
my stress
those
comes from
scriptures
my
are really-
financial situation, which comes from a lack of a job. I don't
So
make
again,
any
you find
money off
scriptures
streaming.
of that.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I now do a Bible in a year on stream. So at the start of this stream, we were reading Genesis, and we probably would have read in Psalms and Proverbs by now, but I've been helping you for a moment get all situated.
So sorry, I will have to go really quick do the cats, so you could keep going.
No, that's fine. All that I'm doing right now is trading with my villagers while I talk to you. Because all that I just gave you was just default for my villagers. I keep spare kits pretty easily. Also, look in this chest.
Wow.
I'm not in financial spot where I'm like worried about, not getting paid back the emeralds for the diamonds or whatever.
Yeah, you are rich in emeralds. Wow.
Yeah. I also have a couple stacks in my ender chest. I have one stack in my ender chest that I keep. And I have 70 or 47 diamond blocks.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not really hurting for anything. So
Aha, my netherite upgrade. I am so glad. I
you
had
put
it
that
in
in
my
your
inventory, but then I put it in my chest right before I went in that bastion.
That's
I'm
smart.
So glad.
I have 5 netherite smithing templates. I also have a backup sword in here called the Holy Smite, which is my Smite 5 sword.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I enchanted and when I first started on the server, that's my first diamond sword, and I got Bane on my first one, which I left at the spider farm. Then I got Smite on my second one, which I used for the Wither Skeleton farm. And then once I was done with the Wither Skeleton farm, I got a normal Sharp 5.
Huh.
Which kind of makes sense. The kind of progression. I also keep the Dragon Egg in my inner chest because I have yet to build a place for it inside of the main shopping district area.
Smart.
Yeah. I should probably work on that. But no, if you need to go deal with your animals, go deal with your animals real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you again.
Yeah. There's a backup kit right there. It's not great, although the chestplate having Unbreaking 3 is actually really convenient.
That is really great.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad something made me take off my chest plate and put it in my chest, but I really should have just put the wings in there instead.
Yeah. When you don't use your elytra, you're super weak. Just a pig says hi, I'm going to assume.
Hi, pig. Hello.
I also have to go to the bathroom because I just slammed a can of dew. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will see you next time.
I'm about to go back to the shopping district and do my Psalms and Proverbs and start working on what I was working on, which was more road.
Okay.
The road.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have fun. Be safe. Do you want the totem?
No, I'll just go pick up some more. It's not that expensive, honestly. I'm not too worried about it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
my shops make me enough diamonds, and when I say make me enough, I mean I've probably made like 20 diamonds off of my 3 stores, or 4, I guess. Or actually, no, I guess my Prismarine one does really good. My Prismarine one does pretty good. But the rest don't make me anything. They're just kind of there. What was I here for?
Makes sense. Okay.
I'll be right back, chat.
Bye-bye.
You guys can see my intermission screen. I rarely use that, but now you guys can see it. Oh my! I didn't even finish my deal. Okay, I'm back. Give me a second. Okay, let's go back to this. Oh, she disconnected. Dang it, I was about to tell her. So I just weighed myself, and I'm fully clothed, you know, pants, shirt, socks, coat, just under 130. So I weigh under 130. That is pretty bad. That is suboptimal, not ideal. Very, very not good. I needed that. So, yeah. I weigh very, very little. Which is no bueno. No bueno. No. Okay, we're gonna go finish my Mountain Dew. Oh, the dew. Feel real good. Feel the green in my veins. Okay. We are going to read Psalms and Proverbs in the garden, and then later right before we end, we will read the New Testament to get through the Bible in the year. Tomorrow I'll be streaming later. I'll start later, I think, because I got to do an odd job, and then I got a meeting to host, and then I got an application. So I got a job, then I got to put it in an application, then I got a meeting, and then I'm going to be doing Satisfactory with my friend, good old Charles, my brosif, my little schnickers, my little sweet honey pie, whatever I want to call him. I flirt with him, he flirts back. That's what we call a bromance. Okay. Psalms 12, 1 through 8. Help, Lord, for the godly man cease, for the unfaithful disappear from among the sons of men. They speak idly, everyone with his neighbor. With flattering lips and troubled hearts they speak. May the Lord cut off all flattering lips, and may the tongue speak proudly things. Who have said, with our tongues we will prevail, our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now I will arise, says the Lord. I will set him in the safety for which he yearns. The words of the Lord are pure words, like silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. You shall keep them, O Lord. You shall preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked prowl on every side, when vileness is exalted among the sons of men. And then Proverbs 3, 13 through 15. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding, for her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies. All the things that you may desire cannot compare to her. Well, that's nice. That's what I'm looking for. Boop, boop. Oh, that's right. I need to pick up some totems. Hey, look at that. Actually, I'm going to leave that right now because I need to buy 2. 2. 1, 2. 1 here. And then I'll put the other one in here. Right there. And then this box is going to be for my ceiling and dirt. So yeah. But I'm doing all right. I don't really have much to talk about today. We were talking about lots of things earlier. We were talking about the women's and how people aren't getting in relationships anymore. Honestly, I low-key blame birth control for a lot of it. Like, any type of, like, preventative, you know, I blame for a lot of it. You know, birth control, condoms, those weird little T-shaped things. Although I've heard those T-shaped things kind of suck. So, I don't know what they're called. I just know that some women get, like, these things that are kind of, like, T-shaped shoved in them. And it's supposed to prevent it. It's like a UDI or something. but I don't necessarily know. For you see, I'm not a woman, so I don't know. I think I'm going to take this one, and we're going to branch off straight that way. We'll go like that. So we got, that's 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops. I need these. Some of the other blocks. But yeah. What is it? What is it called? What are those? I can't remember their names. Like I said, not a woman, so I don't have to, you know, use them. It's not something I memorized. What are they called? I don't want to look it up because I'm afraid. Is it an IUD? That sounds more right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Is an IUD like the tea thing that they shove in, and then it prevents pregnancies? It's like a metal, like, weird goober. Doesn't sound pleasant, I'll be honest. Yes, yeah, that thing. So I blame, like, those kinds of things. Like, things that prevent you from getting pregnant, and then abortion for why no one wants to get married. Because, like, as a man, why would you want to marry someone and, you know, try and start a family when if the lady just decides due to, like, external peer pressure just to yeet the child from her womb? Like, what is the incentive for men to settle down when that's always a possibility? Ideally, you'd marry the right woman and that wouldn't be a problem. But, you know, it's kind of hard to gauge these days. Because, you know, you might have found the right woman, but then it just turns out she has one bad friend that convinces her to do bad decisions. And you just didn't know about it, you know, or something like that. Because I've seen that happen a lot where, you know, you are the company you keep. I've seen a lot of women that, you know, could be so much more, make bad decisions because of their company convincing them to make those bad decisions. Boop, boop. Bam. Pow. I also think partially, like, a lot of men have just, like, given up or gotten, like, lazy. But I don't think it's... I think part of it's men have gotten lazy, but I think more of it is definitely, like, you know... women have just not made it worthwhile for men, because why would a man... If a man doesn't want to have kids, why would he settle down with a woman that also doesn't want to have kids? When it's easier for him just to hop around from lady to lady, because in modern society, it's okay that he does that. You know, society has made it okay for both men and women to become promiscuous. So where is the incentive to settle down and have kids when some people just are in it for, you know, the physical aspect and not anything else? You know what I mean? Someone's probably falling. Where am I? That's what I'm looking for. That. I think we're good? Oh, I already got that. I need granite. That's what I'm looking for. No granite? No. Nope. 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 There. I don't know. Just kind of like my thoughts. I think kids are a blessing, and that's one of the reasons I'm glad my church family, we are relaxed and let the kids be themselves. Yes, I agree, kids are blessings. What was I gonna say? I've heard like a lot of people in a lot of churches are like very anti-contraceptions, like the IUDs and like condoms and stuff. And I don't know how I feel about it, because like on one hand, you know, it prevents pregnancy and, you know, kids are a blessing. But on the other hand, some people just aren't in the place to have kids. But in my personal belief, if you're not ready to have kids, there's no point in getting married. Like, the only reason to get married, in my opinion, is to have kids. If you're getting married for reasons besides trying to have kids, I feel like you're getting married for the wrong reasons. Now, that's just my personal belief. That's just a personal take. I don't know how biblically sound that is, but I think it probably fairly is. And, like, I get it. You know, you just got married. You don't want kids right away. You want to, like, wear a condom or whatever. That's fine. But I think the problem comes in is when people are only doing it when they have protection because they don't want to have kids. They just want it for the physical aspect. And I think that's the issue in society. You know, the goal is to raise kids. Making kids just so happens to be a fun perk. Can't remember where I heard that from someone. Someone said that. They're like, the goal is to have kids. Making kids just so happens to be fun. I think I want to go like that. That's how I did it. And then from here, it would go back to this. And then the stairs go here. That's also one of the reasons why I kind of like old people, is because old people are always like really funny and like honest when they speak. Like there's a guy from my church and he's getting up there. He's like well into his 80s. He's getting old. And like I was talking to him. I was like, so how many kids do you have? And he goes, well, I have 3 kids and we had them all right out the gate because my wife, she was Catholic at the time. She doesn't believe in contraceptions and I just couldn't handle myself. And I was like, all right, old dude. That's a little much, but kind of funny. I was like, all right. But he loves his wife. Everything he does, he always does. Okay, everything he does in life is for one of 2 reasons. Either to bring glory to God or for his wife. And you know what? That's respectable. He's a respectable gentleman. But he's pretty funny. I don't think he's trying to be funny, but I find him funny. But he had 3 kids in like 2.5 years. It's like, right on. Good for you. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. Wait, and then it goes like, my brain can't count. Let me just do it like this because I think that's right. And then 1, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But apparently, like, a lot of Catholics, and apparently Mormons also don't believe in contraceptives, which is odd. Like, they don't think that you should. And, like, I understand their arguments, but I just find it interesting. Like, I'm much more for contraceptives than, like, because that prevents, like, even being able to get pregnant compared to abortion, which terminates a pregnancy. So I think I look from it from like the perspective of which one would I rather have people do, and I'd rather have people prevent themselves from getting pregnant compared to taking something that terminates the pregnancy. If that makes sense. So I think it's like what most Christians believe. I think most Christians have that take. I can't speak for everyone because I'm learning that, you know, lots of Christians, lots of different takes. But I think that's like a pretty common one. It's like contraceptives are not nearly as bad, but some people view them as the same, and I do not view them as the same. They are not the same thing. How did we get here? We were talking about it earlier, and then I just like super backtracked, and so anyone that's like new to the stream is like, why is he talking about contraceptives? What an odd person. And then the VOD people are just like, well, what is he talking about? I zoned out. I forgot what he was speaking about. No one watches the VODs. And that's okay. Because I did what they said a kid couldn't do. I made the Shell City. And I beat the Cyclops. And I rode the Hasselhoff. Someone got that reference. And that's all that I care about. Is like someone had to get that reference. That was a popular reference. I think I'm just going to nuke this whole little hill. I like being around kids, which is why I'm a counselor at church camp. I was a youth leader at VBS, Vacation Bible School. My church stopped doing church camp, and I got asked to do one, but I think at the time I had a job. And then, why didn't I do the other one? I think I blew it off. I think I was busy or had like odd jobs lined up or something that I had to do. I can't remember. That, or it was because a girl that I was going to ask out that ended up marrying someone else might have been there, and I just didn't want to deal with being sad. And self-pity. So, there's a lot of different reasons. Who could ever know? I'll move that beacon over here if I need to flatten out a huge area that has like a couple of hills in it. But I know that this island is huge, so I think there's like a big ravine over here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, I think it should be somewhere in here. So I'm thinking I want to put like the games part of the shopping district way over here somewhere. Oh, hi, cows. Yeah, there's the ravine. So I think I want the games to start kind of over in this area so that if people want to put other things over there, they can. But it's still, you know, far enough away. Kind of split like the island in half somewhere. Although I guess I could make it this L, so we can take that L all the way down that way. And then everything on this side is games. Everything on that side is shopping. Which I think is probably the play. Because that seems to make the most amount of sense to me. Because there's still, you know, a lot of area to put shops around in this area. And that island still goes that way, that way. There's not much over here. So I think that's the play. I don't know. They call it baby fever, and like I didn't know guys could get baby fever, and then I started hanging out with some of the kids that my pastor adopted because they're like, you know, in like that cutesy, you know, like I guess he just had a granddaughter and she's like 8 months, so between 8 months and like 6 years, where they're all cute and fun, and they just think that everyone's like a superhero and just like the best. And I'm like, I did not realize how badly I wanted to be a dad until those kids came around. I will read all that in 1 second because I could not be mining this and reading that at the same time. That's too much of a paragraph. I have to focus. There was this one girl, she was 8. I had to interview her, so when she got ready for bed, she asked me to tuck her in and she said, You got to ask me questions, but I didn't get to ask you any questions. So I sat on her bunk and you sat on her bunk and let her ask away. And on the last day, she went out of her way to tell me that she's coming back the next year. And I told her I'd do the same. So I'm keeping my promise. That's adorable. I think being a youth counselor, or not a youth counselor, but a youth leader at my church's youth group set me up for a lot of things related to this SMP. But no shade, but kids are so much easier to work with sometimes than full-grown adults. Like, you would just think, oh, you just ask an adult to do something and they'll do it because they want to see you succeed. No. Kids are so much easier to work with. I swear, I did not realize this. It's like, why would anyone want to be a teacher? Kids are so hard to work with. And then I realized, who wants to be an adult? Adults are hard to work with. Are you kidding me? Yeah, my grandma said that she needed to know there was a real connection. She also said, I heard God at the moment and listened to him. That's amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had one girl, I felt so bad for her. She had like her own like little mental breakdown. So they put her in my group because her slightly older brother was in my group. And like, that's happened a couple of times where they do that because they want to keep siblings together, especially when, you know, they're not raised in a church and it might feel like a little bit of an awkward situation or something. But then you have like the issue of like, you know, some of these games little kids can't handle. They're a little bit too complex for them. But this one girl was in my group and she just started crying one day. And I was trying to figure out why. And I finally like got to calm her down. And it was the very last day. I was like, is she crying? She's like sad that she's gonna leave. And she was crying because her mom didn't show up to see us do our final cheer. And she was so proud of our cheer. She was so disappointed that neither one of her parents showed up for it. Hello, pig. And so, like, I had to, like, counsel, like, this little girl. And, like, I never really liked talking to, like, children that are of the opposite gender just because I'm just afraid, like, someone's going to accuse me of something. It's just, like, one of my paranoid fears. But, like, this little girl, after, like, talking to her, I was like, this really wasn't that bad. I had no reason to be paranoid. And, like, she seemed to be happier. I got her to calm down. And then her mom, like, her and her brother were literally the last 2 kids to get picked up on the final day, which did not help her, like, mental spot. Like, thinking that her mom just kind of, like, abandoned her for her mom to be, you know, literally the last parent to pick up a kid on the final day. Like, they were late by, like, probably 20 minutes, I think. So that didn't help the kid at all. But, I hope to see that little girl next year. I can't remember her name. I want to say it started with an M. I remember what she looks like and her brother, but I'm just awful with names. But yeah, like, looking back after, like, doing some VBS stuff, and, like, I've started to get, like, better patience with kids, and, like, learn kids better and how they operate, because apparently I just forgot how most kids operate. And, after doing VBS and then hanging out with, like, my pastor's adopted kids, dude, I want to be a dad so bad. But unfortunately, women don't find me attractive. Actually, I take that back. Last night, me and a couple people were chilling in a VC in the community Discord, which I'll pull up. The first link is the Discord link there. We were all kind of chilling and vibing, and I was making spaghetti, so I turned on my face cam on my phone while I was making spaghetti. And then Lady Lark was like, wait, you're tall and handsome? I'm just like, I guess? She's like, well, now it's hard to make fun of you now that I know what you look like. I'm like, okay. She goes, I need to get you a wife. I'm like, are you gonna start playing matchmaker now? She's like, oh, honey, I already have, but now I'm really gonna try. I'm like, okay, I guess. And then it dawned on me. I was like, wait. So now that I'm handsome and not ugly, like handsome and tall, now you're just got like this new vigor to find me a wife. Wouldn't it change if I was short and ugly? She goes, no. It totally was. It totally would have. She was hating on short, ugly kings. I was like, oh man, I'm cooked. I feel so bad. I was like, our short, ugly brethren. She's like, no, it's definitely not that. I was like, oh yes, it is. That's so funny. I only dated one guy at school, and that relationship lasted 2 days. I dated 2 women, sort of. I don't know if you'd count the second one as dating. I kind of do. But I don't know if she does. I don't know. You can ask her. I actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to tell you guys to talk to her, because that would be weird. But, and she's also super antisocial. But I'm still on good terms with her. It's just like a personality. Like, our personalities did not blend at all. Polar opposites did not attract in this case. She only said yes to going out on dates with me because I think she was too shy to say no. Which, I get, but it kind of hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, this has to drop down. So this is going to be 9. I think. Something like that. Actually, I'd rather just raise up this whole area 1 block. I'll be honest. I got enough blocks. I'll do it. I was dating 2 different girls. One was for a month and a half, and the other one was for about 2 months. And there's a lot of things that when I look back on my second relationship that I should not have done. From like, not as just like I made like a slight misspeak here or a slight misspeak there. There's just like a lot of things where it's like, as like trying to be a godly man, I did not do the right things. Like I had some issues I need to work on. Like just proper ways of conducting myself in front of a lady. I was not very good at. But I'm working on that now. Also, I needed dirt. Is dirt in here? I got a little bit of dirt. I think there's a ton on my ceiling over there, so I'm going to go grab that. I've dated 0 people. Just to pick, aren't you still in high school? Here's the thing. This is a crazy thing that you guys are going to find out. once you're over the age of 25, your dating pool basically doesn't exist anymore. Like, I'm 24, and there's no single ladies in my area that are Christian that aren't already married as a guy. So women, like, this is like an unfair advantage that women have against guys. And I don't mean this in like a sexist way. It's just like statistically. For every one single Christian, or for every 5 single Christian men there's one single female Christian woman. So, if you're looking at it as like a percentage wise, that means for every female Christian there are 5 men. So she has 5 options to choose from. Where guys, we're all kind of like, I don't want to say fighting, but we're all, you know, looking at the same small patch, you know. When we outnumber them 5-1 as single Christian men, you know, it's kind of hard for us to, you know, find someone. That's why, like, a lot of single Christian men just stay single forever. It's because there's no other single Christian women in their age demographic. And a lot of us don't like shooting down in age because it makes us feel creepy. Like, I would never date anyone under, like, 21 or 22. And I think after I'm 30, I'm probably not going to date anyone. Like, I don't want to date anyone that's more... I'd say probably 4 years. I'd say I wouldn't want to date anyone that's 4 years younger than me. That's, like, a personal thing. But I'd be willing to date someone if they're within probably 7 years older. I wouldn't date someone if they were 4 years younger than me, but I would be willing to date someone if they were almost 7 years older. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's just how I am. But yeah. I think that's probably most guys. Like, we don't, like, if we shoot down, we're like, considered, like, perverts. And if women shoot for older, then they're just called gold diggers. Which, to be fair, I've met my fair share of gold diggers in my life, so. Okay, back to when I was struggling with my relationship with God, and I tried finding my worth in guys. It wasn't my brightest moment. I understand that mentality, actually. Because I find a lot of my worth in my job. And I'm jobless. So. Not great. Tying your self-worth is not great when you tie it to, like, materialistic or, like, psychological things. Like, I wouldn't necessarily count, like, a relationship as physical. It's not like, you know, a car or something. That's what I mean by physical. A job is where I'd count it as more like an emotional thing, like a relationship, because it's not physical. You can't physically hold a job necessarily. I think you guys what I'm going for. It's not physically tangible. Like, yeah, you have a job, but it's not like something you can physically hold. But either way, holding your self-worth to external things is never good for any form of mental health. And I think the best song that I've ever found for that kind of stuff personally is from this great little movie called The Prince of Egypt. Don't know if you've ever heard of it, but they have a song in there called Through Heaven's Eyes, and whoever wrote that was either Christian or raised in the church. That or God was just cooking through him. Because Through Heaven's Eyes, it says, don't look at what your life is worth, or don't look at the value of what you're worth by what you build or buy. Don't look through the eyes of man. You gotta look at your life through heaven's eyes. It's actually pretty goated. Right? Singles red on the tapestry, its colors brightly shine, can never see its purpose and the pattern of the grand design. If a man has lost everything he owns, has he truly lost his worth? Or is it just the beginning of a new and brighter birth? That's where I'm at. So, how do you judge the worth of a man? By what he builds or buys. You gotta look to the man. If you want to find the worth in a man, you gotta look through heaven's eyes? How does it go? I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've listened to that song, but it's a great one. Let me pull it up. You know what? This is Christ SP. I can listen to Christian music. I know it's not necessarily like a worship music, but I think it's based. And we'll listen to Caleb Hiles because I'm less likely to get sniped for copyright on the VOD. Caleb Hiles, Heaven's Eyes. Yeah, I now tend to keep to myself because I have social anxiety. It's probably why me and my friends are best friends. Okay. Well, we do have the community serve if you want to socialize. It's kind of quiet in there most of the time, but they're pretty nice. And we have heavy moderation, so there's nothing too bad that's ever going to pop up. It's like a rock cover. Twinkles that on top the street, its colors brightly shine. You never see its purpose and the pattern of the grand design. It's on the very top of the mountain's mighty face. But I think it's more important than the stones that form the base. I can't hit those notes. Oh, how do you really what your life is worth or where your value lies? You never see through the eyes of man. You look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. I'm not allowed to get on Discord, which I even should have never get. Wait. Odd. I guess you said you're 18, so your parents told you not to get on Discord, and that's valid. It's just I was allowed to use Discord and like Skype growing up. My parents had enough trust in me, which honestly I've seen some pretty scarring things because of that. But I think that it definitely built my character up. So I think if I were to go through it again, I'd probably choose to do it again. But it has definitely messed me up. He truly lost his worth, or is it the beginning of a new and brighter birth? This is where I'm at right now. When he brings their sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tries to look at his life through heaven's eyes. That's why we share what we have with you. There's little to be found. And all you've got is nothing. There's a lot to go around. Well, I used to have Discord, but this creepy guy found me and my school got involved. Oh! We'll pause that. Oh, I don't have like a fun alert sound for that. I just realized. Thank you, Ocean Prince, Prince Oceanus. Did you change your name? I thought it was just Ocean Prince. Or Prince Ocean. Thank you for the raid of the Uno viewer. If you don't know who I am Cole of the 7th. Why am I doing a weird voice? I am Cole778. I stream Monday through Friday in the PMs of PSTs. Exclamation mark Discord. Social down below. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. We were just talking about don't tie your self-worth into materialistic things or based off of like relationship status or like or your job, but value your life through how God views you. So we were listening to Heaven's Eyes. Cover by Caleb and Jonathan, or Caleb Hiles and Jonathan Young. Song is from the movie Prince of Egypt. But hello, Jelly's Wave. Who is this Jelly person? I saw the Jelly lady on Twitter, and she just blew up, and I'm like, is she an industry plant? Like, is this like a psyop? Because like I never seen anything from her, and then she blew up. I'm going to assume, from what I can tell, is that she rebranded. And after she rebranded, she blew up. Jelly Stara? Yeah, is she like rebranded? Because I didn't know who she was before. And dude, it's like, this is like generic, like industry plant, you know, CIA type deal. Is what it feels like. I forgot no mobs can spawn down here. Doesn't matter. You just boop, 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 boop. I'm like, is this like a psyop? I'm like naturally kind of paranoid when people blow up really fast when I haven't seen them for a long time. I'm like, what is this person gonna do? You can never tell. They're wild cards. We'll go like this. That seems somewhat fine. Probably, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, back to the song. I'll put the song back on. Or maybe she just spoke up and people realized she was based. That could be it. to join the dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be 9. What he builds abides. Never see your eyes on earth. Look at your life. Look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. We don't listen to music on stream very often because I like to upload my VODs to YouTube and not have them be muted, but we're gonna listen to this. Yippee! That was it. That was the one song for the stream. For the stream. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Although I guess like Samson kind of blew up before I became part of this community, and Samson has never given me like any weird vibes. So maybe I'm just crazy because she's a girl and I'm sexist because I hate women. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also, I make the joke that I hate women. I don't actually hate women. I need to clarify that because some people genuinely believe that I have a distaste towards women. I do not hate women. It is purely a joke. There it is. Yeah, the please do not cancel me. I don't actually hate women. I hate certain female archetypes and personalities that tend to stem from mostly just women. But I do not actually hate women. But just for you, Pig, I've been posting extra sexist things on Twitter because I know you were complaining about not seeing any recently in my Discord. So I made sure to have some based moments where it's like women. Am I right? Ha 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 ha. Just for you. Nope. I don't want this. I think I want it to go bam. Nope. Like that. There we go. Well, that wasn't right. There we go. I gotta tear down this whole mountain now. Dang now. There it is. Yeah! Trying to keep my streak. Well, don't start streaking. That's gross. Ha 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 ha. I'm working on my sense of humor. I don't think it's working. Isn't very funny. Thank you, thank you. Oh ho ho, oh ho ho. I put on my monocle. Oh ho ho. Anyways, we're talking about how much I hate women. Just a little update. I love showing Elsbeth all the funny women tweets yesterday. What, do you make a whole bunch of tweets about how you hate women too? That's my thing. Sounds about right? Yeah. Like, women, am I right? Ha ha ha. And then you hear like the like soundtrack. My mama dog's whining because she wants attention. But I already gave her plenty of attention this morning. So she's just gonna have to shuck it up, buttercup. Yahoo! Okay, I think I'm gonna end the path here. Oh, right here. Reason being is because this is far enough out for now that I'm not too worried about it. I don't think that we're gonna have to worry about anything, and I can start building my mini games over here. Just like I said, I want to do Bible Jeopardy soon. We're gonna do Bible Jeopardy, then I want it to be somewhere close to there, but not too close. So I think somewhere in here, I'll build like a Jeopardy station. But yeah, I think that'll be good. Also, something that I found out a while ago is the reason why a lot of gay men are gay is because they hate women. And that was a shock to me. I thought they were all just like trying to be undercover cops or something. Like, I've infiltrated the girl side. Like, you know how, like, some guys will pretend to be gay so they can get invited over to girls' sleepovers? And then some gay men pretend to be straight so they can be invited to guys' sleepovers? Yeah, I thought it was the second one typically. But no, some men just straight up hate women. Which is crazy. Kind of makes sense. Kind of tracks. Like, what's that stereotypical joke? Like, oh, man, women, they're so beautiful. If only they had good personalities. Kind of like stereotypical sexism. I honestly find those jokes funny. Like, Stone Toss posted a comic recently. And he's like, what are you doing, Ginger? And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta say Ginger. And he's like, oh, my bad. What's up, my Gingers? I've always found that kind of joke funny. No, I told her about the Burger King UK tweets and the Twitch Rivals Women's Day tweets. Hating women is kind of gay to BH. Well, you know, if you've ever watched, what's his name? He's a base Catholic dude. At least he claims he's Catholic. Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes says the gayest thing you can do is date a woman. And honestly, every couple of days, I start to think that tweet is, or that comment is more and more true. Like, you might have been onto something. Let me condense these down a little bit. Okay, so these are all good. Those are all good. This. There we go. So these two I need to take back to my base, and then these two I need to leave in the shopping district for building more roads if I need to. Well, Nick Fuentes likes dudes who dress up as women, so hey, some of them are convincing, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, okay? I've been tricked once or twice. Like, have you ever seen Sneaky's cosplays? If you haven't, don't look him up, but Sneaky was a ex-professional League of Legends player whose girlfriend would do makeup on him so then he would cosplay as female characters from League of Legends in bikinis. And I'm not gonna lie, if you didn't know, some of those photos are pretty convincing. Like, I'm not saying I'm into men. All I'm saying is certain men are very good liars. EU League of Legends? Yeah. That's probably what made him gay, honestly. There's no hope for me after all. I can't miss her. I can't dodge the allegations. People said I was gay. My coworkers at my old prior workplace tried to convince me to be gay so badly. It was kind of unsettling. They're like, you should be gay. You've had bad luck with women. You should start being gay. They were hilarious. Thank you for showing them to me. I wanted to make a joke, but I'm not. I'm going to refrain. You know, I'm trying to work on myself and refrain from making certain types of jokes. Because I'm a better person now. I am an individual who is going through character growth. Definitely. The turnaround? Yeah. Well, like, part of the time, my brain was like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I want to make this joke or this comment, but I'm like, I don't know how the receiver would take it. So, you know, sometimes I'm like, this joke would fly. Like, I could have made that joke, like, if it was one of my guy best friends, oh, I could have made that joke instantly. But I can't make that joke in this group. I think this is where Lady Lark is like, you can't make certain jokes in mixed company there, bud. Like, what does mixed company mean? I have mixed company. I got 2 different Asians. One's from Japan, one's from Canton. And I got a Mexican friend. And I'm white. And then there's my brother's wife. You know, that's diversity. I'm in mixed company. Same, apparently multiple people thought that me and another girl were dating for a while. That girl was always mean to you. Yeah, and then when you say things like that, they go enemies to lovers. And it's like, can you guys stop living out your sick fantasies? Jealousy. Do 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 do. Dee, 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 dee. I like Mr. Brightside. There's also like the parody of like Mr. Darkside. I think that one's pretty good. The Star Wars parody. It's done by like some weird gay group called like Subway Sounds or something. What is it? I can't remember. It's like Sub something. They're an interesting group. They make good parodies. Jealousy. Give me a second. I have now read your entire day in Twitter posts, and I've gotten in my requirement a good amount of misogynistic jokes. You're welcome. No, like I don't hate women, but there are like certain personality things. Also, man, I got a lot of work done on my house tonight. Oh, were you playing on the community server? A little stick man, getting jiggy with it. Why do you have a lot of female gifs? Or is that... Who is that? Is that yours? That is yours. Why do you have a lot of female emotes? This is like a Rev says I love my wife kind of moment. Yeah, it turns out she liked me anyways. I don't know why. She was kind of mean to me. Some women don't know how to talk to other people, so instead of flirting, they're just mean. That's what my mother told me as hard copium to make me feel better growing up. And my mother also told me that women were jealous because I had nicer long hair. Which is true. They had thin hair and none of them were gingers. They were jealous of me. Also, I'm pretty sure there's like been a handful of guys that have blocked me just because other women convinced them to block me. Because I'm 100% honest. There are some people that have blocked me where I truly don't know why. Like, I have zero idea of why they blocked me. I don't know, when people are immature, they hold on to bullying, and that means they like you, which is kind of weird. Well, there's like the sarcastic bullying, but then there's like genuine bullying. You know what I mean? Like the way that me and my friends talk to each other when we play video games, that's like sarcastic bullying. We don't actually hate each other. We're giving each other like a hard time, you know, busting our chops or whatever. Then there's just straight up, I hate you. What is GFL? Because my brain went girlfriend, and then I don't like that third word. It's very weird that it's saying it's normal, like, oh, it's kind of like they like you. It's so dumb. I think growing up, all the girls that I ever had crushes on knew that I liked them very clearly. And now I've gotten very good at repressing that because apparently girls don't like it when you make it clear to them that you like them. They want you to be coy, which is dumb. Also, I definitely need my daily dose of misogyny today after what happened earlier. What happened earlier? Tell me the tales of woe. What am I even working on at this point? I don't think I have anything planned. Did I have anything planned? No, I don't have anything planned for the rest of this stream. I already did all the stuff I wanted. But I guess while we're still visiting, I can work on getting more ice. But what does GFL mean? Because my brain went girlfriend lolly, and I really don't think that's right, or kind of like that concept. There's a difference between mutual bullying for fun and bonding between friends. Like, they're just being mean. Yeah, like, there was twice in high school where on two different occasions, two different girls. This isn't exactly what they said. It was I'm paraphrasing because it's been a long time, so I can't remember their exact words. But they both said basically, I would date your older brother if it wasn't for you. Which is wild. Because that was unprompted, by the way. Just completely unprompted. They just said that to my face. Which, one of them was so not my brother's type. And the other one was closer, but still not my brother's type. My older brother, to be clear. Oh, hey, look, there's a Stampy. It's just a price I pay. Destiny is calling me. I don't have any music going on, so my brain, well, you guys aren't talking. Creeper. Oh man. A girl's frontline gacha game where cute robot ladies are coded to use certain IRL firearms like my beloved Spaz 12. Spaz 12 is pretty goated, I'll give you that. What is up with the trope of I want cute anime girls with guns? Like, I like guns, but I don't like them to like an excessive amount, and I don't like cute anime girls to an excessive amount. Especially when they're like younger, because a lot of them kind of like make them all look high school age, and I don't like that. That's why I like anime moms or MILFs, because I probably shouldn't have used that term. In anime, those ladies just look like they're in their early 20s, and it's like, ah, yes, not child looking. This is the perfect age. You know what I mean? Like, in a lot of anime, they always make the characters look younger than what they actually are in real life. Now, I don't know, like, I don't want to be racist, but I don't know if Asian women just age gracefully or something. Because from what I can tell, according to every single anime, they look like they're under 50 until they're 70, and then they just turn to like 120. Like that, they just hit the switch. Like they're just beautiful and young looking until they get like past 70, and then they're like just ancient and decrepit looking, partially. And I don't know if that trope holds any water. Because I just don't know that many. Nah, I ain't into the lolicon stuff. That's weird. Yeah, someone argued. I don't know if they were making an argument or whatever, but like, I actually argued someone on Twitter. Like, someone was like, porn shouldn't be banned, and I was like, well, I bet this guy's got pronouns in his bio. Look at his bio, and it's all just lolicon porn on Twitter. And I'm like, dude, your account is just like straight up child pornography. And he's like, it's called lolicon. Like, that's just child. I don't care what you say. Okay, you can go over to League of Legends and be like, oh, Zoe from League of Legends, she's like a bajillion years old. It's like, no, she looks 12. She's 12. She acts 12. She looks 12. That's 12. I don't care about any other trait, okay? And that's just child pedophilia in disguise. Lolly is a fashion style. Lolicon is cringe. Well, see, you say that, but then there's people like Gara who rebranded into Seba, and they're like, oh, she's not a lolicon, she's just a lolly. But then she does things like on her debut stream, because I watched part of it because I was like interested, because I liked Gara. I thought she was kind of funny in the few clips I saw on iFunny. So I went and tried to watch the Seba debut, and she was like, oh guys, look at this. She unzips her like jacket, and she's wearing it looks weird. I know it's supposed to be like a bikini, and she's wearing like booty shorts as like a child looking character, which is really creepy with a child having booty shorts on anyways, with a bikini underneath. But it kind of looked like other thinly strapped things that women will sometimes wear, and that was kind of unsettling. And also she was like, you guys look at my tummy. Oh, you guys get tummy and toes on day one? Aren't you guys so special? I'm like, that seems like you're trying to bait people in. That's like lolicon stuff. And people are like, no, that's just Gara. I'm like, no, that's lolicon. Okay, if you have a childlike model, and then you're trying to bait people in with sexualizing certain aspects of your childlike model, you're trying to distribute pseudo child porn and lolicon stuff, and that's not okay. And I will die on this hill. Now, as for fan art, I will never diss any creator if their fan art is lewd unless their main art is lewd, okay? You don't have any control over what your fans do or other people that are artists, okay? So I will not hold anything against like her fan artists that might draw actual stuff like that. But for herself to act that way, that's completely different. You know, if her like fans made like comics that were like that, I wouldn't hold anything against her. But considering she seems to be encouraging these weird lolicon things, and it seems very childlike, it just, I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like child pornography to me. Just pseudo child pornography. Underneath the disguise of, oh, it's not child, it's lolly. It's like, no, I don't know. Typically girls that are, you know, that little don't go, look at my tummy. Oh, aren't you guys so special for being able to see my tummy and my toes? Oh, aren't you guys like, I don't know, this is weird. The only thing that needed to push it over the edge is she said, called like her chat like good boys or something. And also, when I was on iFunny, I never saw anything that went to that extreme. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that. That's a paragraph. So basically, one of my online friends, a woman we'll call D, started to argue with someone she's known for 3 weeks. We'll call him E. And I've known D for over a year and what she looks like. But E, who has only met her online, not through dating apps, knows what she looks like. And my other friends already brought up that, and we both noticed that the fact that they met online, she already knows what her face are men. So we brought up that respectfully, and she gave us both warnings, but didn't give E a warning for argue. Yeah, but they always do the, well, it's a fictional character. Like, bro, that's no excuse. Okay, so you're on the same board as me. Okay. Because I've seen other people who... I'm not sure. I didn't have, like, a full-blown conversation with the guy. But one of the guys that was whitelisted likes Gara, and he's still whitelisted. And I'm like, going into season 2, if you're sticking around, we're gonna have to go back and actually properly have a conversation around that. Because I do not, like, I don't care what you do on, like, your socials and stuff, but you cannot be promoting creators like Gara, who's, like, lolicon and kind of pervy like that, on a Christian SMP. That's just, like, you know, I don't care what you do on Twitter for the most part, as long as you're not redistributing pornography, but I don't... No, that's kind of weird. It's kind of like you're endorsing them, and people will just be like, oh, because I like someone doesn't mean I'm endorsing them. And same with, like, followers. Like, I know that there's a lot of Christian content creators that follow a lot of interesting accounts, we'll say. And I can't. I think the only one I'm following, I'm waiting to see, because most of her stuff is safe for work, but it's starting to get a little lewd, and if she goes full lewd, then I will definitely unfollow her. But as long as she keeps it clean, I won't. But someone else, like, I like this guy. His name is, like, Ice Wolf or something. And I actually added him today. I like the guy. He's Australian. He's interesting and funny. But he's posted, like, 1 or 2 pornographic photos. And it's like, I can't follow you because I can't endorse you. And if I follow someone, it says that I'm endorsing them. In my personal opinion, unless it's a political person, like a president or something. Or, like, you know, J.D. Vance. Just, like, I like J.D. Vance and I like Trump, but, like, I'd also be following Biden to keep up with his stuff. So just because, you know, they're, like, a political figure does not necessarily mean I endorse them if I follow them. But for other content creators, I feel like if you follow them, you're endorsing them. That's just a personal thing. I'm not going to tell creators on the SMP to unfollow people, but I will say that, you know, because you're following them, you're putting their content into my feed. And if you're following accounts that post risque stuff, you're also putting risque stuff into my feed. And I don't need that. I really don't. And I've heard arguments against it, like, oh, we're doing it to hold them accountable. And I'm like, that's fine for, like, gals to, like, follow other gals and hold them accountable. But I've also seen guys follow some pretty sus accounts. It's like, guys... I don't know about you, but you probably shouldn't be following those kinds of accounts. Yeah, I don't care if women want to dress in cute outfits, but if you're trying to make yourself look like a child to get people to follow you, then that's kind of weird. Yeah. Also, like, I had a conversation with someone that was a part of the SMP and they left, but the creator, who I will not name, and she did leave on her own accord, and I will make it clear that it was a girl, said that she wanted to see how far she could push modesty as a Christian content creator. And then when she said that, I instantly started cataloging and building a case for my reason for removing her. And then she left on her own, so it was fine. But yes, I did have a female content creator who was a part of the Crisis MP for a little while say that she wanted to see how far she can push modesty as a woman. Which is a hard no for me. Now, that was in retaliation for some takes that I had that I will say were not the best takes, but I still stand by them. I had some takes. I used someone's model as an example, and even though I still have those complaints against her model, and I still feel like a lot of those complaints are more or less valid, I made an example out of someone, and that was wrong. And I did not mean for it to come off as though I made an example out of someone. I meant it as more because I personally don't associate with my model on like a personal level, which is an unhealthy thing that some content creators do. Like some female content creators try to make their models look as most like what they look like in real life, i.e. similar boob size, similar height, similar scars. And I get that it's supposed to be like an extension of yourself, but your model is not you. And it's kind of like an ideal version of you. If you wanted it to look exactly like you, you would just use a face cam. So, like, I don't self-insert into my art, like, at all. I look like Kim Possible in a lot of it. So when I made comments about their models and how some of them were a bit promiscuous and stuff, they felt like I was saying that they dressed promiscuously in real life, which if they dressed like their models, I would still hold that stance, you know, but Some people just don't want to show their face, but just be themselves. I get that. Like, I get, like, some people want it to be very accurate and, like, similar, but here's the thing. Your model is not you. It may look a lot like you, but it's not you. And if you truly believe somewhere in your heart that your model is a accurate representation of what you look like in real life, I don't think that's healthy. Okay, I don't think it's healthy to say, oh, I think I look like an anime girl. You know, you may be like, for me, it's like, yeah, I'm ginger in real life. My model's ginger. You know, I'm average height. My model's average height. I'm not super jacked. My model's not super jacked. I mean, my model looks like me in casual sense, but if I get a proper model, I'll get it to look like my OC. Yeah. So, like, my thought process is, like, I don't think it's healthy for women to say that this model is a very accurate representation. I like the privacy of VTubing, plus you can still work in your pajamas. Yeah, I get that too. That's why I don't use a face cam. Like, when I first started streaming, it was after work. You meant to send me a picture or something? Okay. When I first started streaming, it was after I got off work, so I'd take a shower and I'd be in my pajama pants without a shirt on. But now I wear a shirt because my brother's wife lives here, so I always have to have a shirt and pants on. It's kind of inappropriate for me to not. But, while she didn't live here and my parents were also not living here, yeah, I'd stream without my shirt on. So, like, it didn't bother me. I didn't have a face cam. So I get there's some privacy aspects to it, but at the same time, your model is not you. That is a very clear distinction we need to make. Your model is not you. It may be based off of your looks, but it is not you. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I get it. My model has blue eyes. I have blue eyes in real life. So if someone were to complain about like the blue eyes or the ginger, yes. But some people's models look like children. And I'm pretty sure, not to be mean, but I'm pretty sure most content creators that are VTubers do not look like 14-year-old girls. Just wild take. I know. Oh, there's an ad. I'll wait. I'll wait for an ad. Ad jail? Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till everyone says they're out. Hold that thought. Let me out! Let me out! It should only be 30 seconds, so you guys should be back soon. Okay, you're back. I'll wait for everyone to say they're back. Okay. My artist hasn't met or spoken to me before making mine. I just told her I didn't want anything suggestive, but mine does look a little bit young, but I think it's more of an art style. Yeah. Here's where I'm at. This is going to be a bit of a hot take, but I don't believe that most content creators who are VTubers have one of two things. I don't think they're all super slender, okay? I don't think they're all, you know, actual 9 out of 10s in real life, because if they were, they probably wouldn't be using a VTuber model. I'm not saying that they all look like dogs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not taking the same take as XQC, but I do believe that, you know, if you were super attractive, then you probably wouldn't, unless you really want privacy. Okay, I also don't think that most content creators that are VTubers look like children. Some of them do. Oh, we're talking about like models. Like a lot of female content creators have models that look like children. And then like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think a lot of them are physically proportionate in a lot of aspects. Like, I think in an ideal state they would match that, or at some point they match their model, but I don't think that, you know, every single female content creator that has a model that's a 9 out of 10 for looks is a 9 out of 10 in real life. Yeah, you did just show up into something. Or they just don't want to have creepy comments and they are pretty. Yeah, like I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying the majority of them. Because here's the thing. I'm not saying for Christian content creators. I'm saying content creators as a whole. Anyone that makes YouTube videos or streams. Okay? Like, how many people that look like Queso do you, like, how often do you see a female version of Queso that streams that's popular? Okay? Think of a female content creator that is built bigger like Queso, and then how many of them actually use a face cam and actually look built wise same as Queso? Probably not very many. So what I'm going to do is, this is like my general mental image, is if for every male there's probably another female streamer. Okay, we're just gonna for the sake of the argument, if there's the same amount of male streamers as female streamers, then we should also be able to make the argument that there's the same amount of visual clarity that comes with the male creators as the female creators, like looks wise. Like for every single male that's not very handsome, there's also probably a female that's not very beautiful. Then they probably don't want bad comments that aren't pretty. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to make yourself a 9 out of 10 to not get comments that you aren't pretty. You can make yourself look average, but most people want an ideal version of themselves. Anyways, the root of this conversation is, I don't think that people should be self-inserting into their models as much as they do, because they probably aren't an actual accurate representation of what they look like in real life. That's my argument I'm trying to make. And my argument for my reasoning behind that is, there's probably a lot of female content creators that look more like Queso, that their models don't look like Queso. And I like Queso. Queso's a nice guy. I'm not hating on Queso. I like Queso. Gotta make that clear. I'm not hating anyone. I'm just saying, factually, I believe this to be probably somewhat accurate. Right? Cool, look at the pictures I sent you? Okay. Is that your Ninjago collection? That's awesome. But yeah. Is that a hot take? Not yours? Oh. One of the ladies I follow on Twitter is quite thin and still gets called fat a lot. People are weird. Yeah, that's fair. Like, there are haters that are just gonna do that. It was the Lego con. Yeah, like, I get for female creators, they want to have models that look somewhat like them, but I don't think it's healthy to self-insert. And then I'm also saying that I think there's a lot of female content creators where their models do not accurately represent what they look like in real life to an exaggerated degree. And I think a lot of them still self-insert into their models because they look at their models as an ideal version of themselves. And if they're looking at their models as an ideal version of themselves and you're still saying that their ideal doesn't look good, then that means that you're saying that they currently don't look good. And I think that's where a lot of the hate came from. I think. From the conversations I've had, that is what I have deduced. Again, if you have a model that's accurately to you, that's great. And I'm not trying to hate anyone. Because apparently a lot of my things come from, people think I come from hate. But I think XQC also had something. XQC's take was even more vicious. XQC just straight up said, all these female content creators, I bet they look like dogs in real life. That's the reason why they hide behind a mask. I'm like, whoa. I'm not saying that, XQC. I think that's a bit far. I think saying that their models don't look like them in real life or an accurate representation's fair. But just to like straight up call all these random female VTubers ugly, that's just mean. Which again, I do not have the XQC take. I'm just saying, I don't think they're lore accurate. Just like how mine, I don't look... A lot of people don't think I look like Kim Possible in real life. But my art kind of makes me does. Because, you know, Kim Possible's dressed in all black, and she's got a feminine figure, and my main art that I had drawn was drawn by a lesbian that only draws lesbians. But she really liked my stream, so she wanted to draw me a photo. So, you know, it is what it is. And I really like the photo, and I really appreciate it. I just don't self-insert into it a lot. And I think part of it is because when I first started making content, or when I first got that art, I showed it to a lot of people, and then one of my coworkers pointed out that I look like Kim Possible, and it did hurt my feelings a little bit at first, but then I realized this is like a caricature of myself, so it doesn't actually hurt. Like, I can now play along with the joke. Yeah, once I go through the pictures and mark out how I could get docs, I'll post them in my server. Sweet. I think that's why quality content is important. I think it's good enough that you wouldn't lose followers if you face cam. Exactly. I know a majority of people that I watch with face cam. I know some majority of people watch face cam people because of their looks. I'm fine with the model looking like them, but what's weird to me is some VTubers taking a high-pitched voice even though they don't actually talk like that. Oh, yeah, the people that purposely raise their octave. Like the girls that purposely talk high-pitched. CB does that a little bit, but I think CB does it as like a bit. Not intentionally, most of the time. I personally, this is going to be a self-report. I find high-pitched voices really annoying a lot of the times. That's just like a personal thing. I have sensory processing disorder. It's like an audio thing. And so high-pitched voices just kind of irk me. And they're like super high-pitched and squeaky. When they're like purposely like a lot of the singers that I like Anna Pantsu, because when she sings, she doesn't intentionally hit the high notes. Same with like First to 11. They don't try and hit the high notes, and I find it very annoying when people try and hit the high notes overall. For some odd reason, it bothers me more when women hit high notes than guys. Because I don't have an issue with Steven Tyler singing Dream On, even though he hits high notes in that song. It doesn't, like, mess with me the same way, but it really does bother me. I think it's because when my mom sings, my mom tries to hit the high notes, and so, like, I got, like, generational trauma from that. Exactly. In real life, I sound like a kindergarten teacher. Alright. I know that Maria Grace apparently just sounds like that. Like, she also has, like, a high-pitched, childlike voice. But according to everyone that knew her before her remodel and her husband and some other people that allegedly have met her in person, that's just her voice. She just has a high-pitched voice. And I'm not, like, hating on people. If you naturally have a high-pitched voice, I'm not hating on you. It's just, I don't know. I just kind of find it, like, annoying. It's just, like, a personal thing. Yeah, no, she's always had that voice. Yeah. And, like, I don't find her voice in particular annoying. But, like, I think if she tried singing, I think I'd probably tune out. I also don't watch Maria Grace. I gotta make that clear. My opinion of her is neutral. She seems like she's doing the Lord's work, and that's all that I'm gonna say about her content. But, I don't know, I just don't like high-pitched voices. It's personal preference. I also don't like yelling. I really dislike yelling. I have a friend, and him and his dad, like, sarcastically yell at each other all the time. And I cannot hang out with them. Oh, Piano Man. Okay, what song do you want? Play a song, Piano Man? I know. What song? Back when I was in St. Louis, I also had high pitch. Yeah. I don't know. Like, kids having high-pitched voices and, like, naturally higher-pitched voices don't bother me. But, like, the anime child voices, they do. Like, anime children, singers when they intentionally hit the high notes bothers me. So a lot of, like, female singers that hit high notes, I try and find a cover artist that sings it in a lower octave. So when they hit the high notes, it's still much lower, so that it doesn't bother me. And like I can appreciate, like I can say like, oh, that she's still a good singer. It just bothers me. My Just a Pig. I don't know. Do you guys have any like weird little irks like that? Like your own little tisms? That like you don't really have a good reason to have them, you just kind of have them. Some people's for real, their voices are nail on chalkboard. Yeah. Which we are not saying that anyone that we have discussed tonight, their voice sounds like nails on chalkboard. I have to say this, like I have to give like hard like clearing that I'm not hating on someone. Because I've made it clear in other times, and then people clipped me out of context. So now every single time I do it right away. I want to let the kids. Yeah, like my mom hated Digimon. My mom was fine with Pokemon, but hated Digimon. Her argument was, Digimon, their voices were higher pitched than in Pokemon, and that's why she hated Digimon more than Pokemon. Which is valid. Maybe that's where I got that gene from. But, I think I heard from someone that the problem with the way that I speak is sometimes when in my own mind I feel like I'm speaking factually, other people take it like I'm speaking aggressively because I apparently have like a naturally more aggressive tone. So, yeah, I'm not hating on anyone. Except for Saba. I don't like Saba. That one, I will die on that hill. I don't like Saba. But everyone else, no. It's a tism thing. I can see that. Yeah. Like, people are like, oh, you hate this person or you hate that person. I'm like, I don't even know these people. Like, there's only, like, a few people that I hate. And most of them I've met in real life. And they have given me very good reasons to not like them. Yeah, it's a tism thing. You can claim it's a tism thing. I think I'm just sped. Which I guess is the tism. Also, we now have a ton of packed ice, so at some point I want to build Mario Kart. We're not going to use the blue ice for that. That's what all the packed ice is for. So all the packed ice will one day be Mario Kart. That's why I'm collecting all this ice. So what did we do? We collected some ice, and we set up the area in the shopping district so that next time I stream, we can work on the Bible baseball ring, which I believe I still have all the concrete powder for. I do have a good amount of that. I might be using moss for the ground, I think, for the grass. Instead of using Minecraft grass, I might go with moss. I'm still trying to decide on some things with that build. Or I might just make the whole thing concrete. So there's Bible baseball, and then there's Jeopardy are the two main things I need to work on. You redeem Piano Man. You don't like it when the microwave hits 0? Oh, because it's high pitched, like, ee. Yeah, I get that. I can see that. Also, I'm not autistic. I've been diagnosed. I just have sensory processing disorder, which means that anything that is a sensory stimuli, my brain does not properly process, which is it has a lot of overlap with autism. I'll be 100% real with you. I have a lot of overlap with autism, but I'm technically not autistic. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people like to use autism as a cover for their bad behavior, or at least where I am and where I grew up, and I didn't like that, so I'm really hard against it, because I don't think claiming that you're autistic is a good reason to claim for your bad behavior. That was pretty decent. What, lady? Oh yeah, I was gonna make dinner. I'll probably wrap up stream here in 15 minutes, take an aggressive poo, and then dinner. Are we gonna go to the store? Oh yeah, we need to pick up bell peppers. That's right. I prefer male singers over female singers too. Yeah, like I'm not hating on female singers. I think there's a lot of good female singers. It's just certain female singers purposely try hit the high. It's nost. And it's like, you don't have to hit that high, okay? I get it. It's like, dream on, dream on, dream on. And they get higher and higher. And it's like, you can still get high without getting to the point at which you're trying to shatter glass. You know? The trying to explain thing and accidentally coming off as aggressive is a common autism trait I meant. Oh, that's fair. Lady, do you think I'm autistic?
I think we're both autistic.
Have you been diagnosed as SPED?
They said I probably don't have it, but I feel like I do.
I feel that. Oops. I mean, that song just loops like that for a while. It's been a hot minute since I heard SPED. Okay. I've been working on myself because, like, I shouldn't use the phrase retarded as much as I do, but I'm so used to it. Like, I was hanging out with my pastor's son and his son's wife, who, you know, I've known them both for a long time. I've known her basically my entire life. She's gone to the same church since before I was born, and I've gone to the same church since I was like 2. So I've known her, you know, 22 years. And, like, I'm hanging out with her, and she's like, yeah, sometimes my husband's retarded. You know, I don't have an issue calling someone retarded, except my little brother, whose biological mother, we adopted him, his biological mother did drugs while pregnant with him, and he is actually clinically retarded, so it's kind of offensive to call him retarded. So in that case, I won't. But with me and my friends who are not diagnosed retarded, and we just act stupid, I think it's fine. But I'm working on using retarded less. Okay. On to the third song? Since we're chatting and playing the piano, so let's see if I can do this right. This part always sounds wrong. I don't know if that key's out of pitch or it was just off. I think it's... Oops. I think that's pretty good. But no, and like, what I was getting at is like in Dream On, like also high pitch keys like this. Like, those higher notes don't bother me when they're played on instruments. It's only when people sing higher notes that it bothers me. Now, I will say, in Dream On, you can go, which I actually have it written down here. Where is it? I think it's Jeez, let me read this and like figure out what I'm looking at on the sheet music real quick, so I can play this a little bit. So I do have it printed out on sheet music. So if this is, where am I looking? That's F. For here, then that would mean G, A, B, C. So we're looking at here. So it's like, what is that? It's like C, C, and then D, E, F. So it's like, I actually don't know. But like in Dream On, it's like, you know, Dream On. And it's like, you know, it goes back and forth where it's like, that's too much. What would it be closer? You know, Dream On. How he goes back and forth. Some women, you know, it's supposed to be played like lower down in here. And they're playing it way over here. And it's like, you don't need to go that high. You don't need to go all the way to the right in the piano to know that there's a difference between the two keys that you're singing, okay? I can hear the difference between, you know, here and here and here. You know, they're all different C's, okay? You can sing the song mostly in C4 and C5, and when you want to go and hit the high notes, switch between like C5 and go into C6. You don't need to sing the song in C6 the whole time, and then switch up to C7, which is the C on the piano. I don't know if it's technically C7, but it's the leftmost because there's 7 sets of chords. You know, you can sing it in mostly 5 and 6, okay, or 4 and 5, and then hit the high notes B and 6. You don't have to sing in 6 and then make the high notes like the end of 7, okay? It's like a personal peeve. That was close. You guys got a couple of songs for the piano man today. Now I'm cool with the R word. Okay, R word in my mind is like you're saying the N word with the hard R and not the soft A. Okay, like and when I was in school, when I was in high school and at work, someone would call me a ginger, and I'd be like, whoa, 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 you can't use the hard R. You can't say ginger. Okay, that's only for us gingers. You have to say ginger. I always found that joke funny. I grant you the pass as an autist. I have a piece of paper on my wall. What does this decree say exactly? It says, I'm not going to say my friend's name, hereby give my full legal name, the hard retard pass verified autistic by an autistic person signed, and then a couple of my friends who have been diagnosed with autism have been signing that. So I have a piece of paper on my wall that gives me the hard R retard pass. But, which is now kind of ironic because I'm going to get into our last little bit of Bible study. After talking about the term retard, we're going to read the New Testament. Woo! Well, I can't say the actual word because Twitch gets mad. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, I thought a lot of Christians hated the word retard, and then I asked on like a post, like when God takes into account that you're gay and retarded, kind of like jokes. And I was like, does any Christian really get offended by the word retard? But like as like a leader of an organization, I need to not do it because it looks bad. But you know, I'm working on it. I say it less. I don't think I've said it on stream besides today in like more of a clinical use. I don't think I've used it as like an insult, except for maybe when I was doing the Satisfactory stream with my friend last week, but I don't think so. In any case, Matthew 10, 1 through 23. When he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of diseases. Now the names of the 12 apostles were first Simon, hey, that's me, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, and the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Lebanidas, whose surnames was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas the Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out and commanded them, saying, "Do not go into the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter the city of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sickness and clean the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor copper in your money belts nor bags for your journey, nor 2 tunics, nor sandals, nor staffs, for a worker is worth of his food. Now, whatever city or town you enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and stay there till you go out. And when you go into a household, greet it. If the household is worthy, let your peace come upon it, but it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever will not receive you nor hear your words, when you depart from your house or city, shake off the dust from your feet. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable to the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than that city. Behold, I send you out as sheep into the midst of wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware the men, for they will deliver you up to councils and scourge you in their synagogues. You will be brought before governors and kings for my sake, as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, do not worry about how or what you should speak, for it will be given to you that in the hour that you should speak, for it is not you who speaks, but the Spirit of your Father who speaks in you. Now brother will deliver up his brother to death, and his father his child, and his children will rise up against the parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will all be hated for my name's sake, but he who endures the end will be saved. When they persecute you in this city, flee to another, for assuredly I say to you, you will not have gone through cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes." Woo! I just say it when I see someone acting stupid. Valid. Son of the Zibbity toilet? That is the Zibbity. That's fun. I honestly, when it comes to Bible names, I purposely mispronounce some of them just because I don't care to struggle to pronounce them properly. Now let's see. Since we're going to be ending stream here soon, who do we want to raid into? Oh, this is perfect. You guys just got done with my Bible study. We'll do a raid into we'll do Mr. Ginger instead of Lady Lark. Okay, we're starting up the raid. We can go to the intermission screen. Okay, thank you. Jaden Loves Books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Orion the Star Hedgehog. Thank you. Prince Oceanus TV. Oh, I need to call someone now. For the raid of 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And if I don't see you guys again tomorrow, I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. Exclamation mark Discord. Socials down in the description below. Christ SMP. We'll do that real quick. Christ SMP socials. If you want to do anything with a Christ SMP. I love you guys platonically. I don't want you guys to get all parasocial with me. But if you guys want to hang out with me, that's where I'll be. And I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. And if I don't, I hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.